At Turtle Creek Stadium, getting ready for a first pitch between the Rivets and Pit Spitters. Andre Magaro here on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Happy you could join us as Rockford set to go against Traverse City starter Mason Patel. First time the Rivets have seen him this year. Already the seventh meeting between these two teams on the season, but Patel's been effective so far for Traverse City. This will be starting number 5 for the 6'1", 200-pound sophomore right-hander out of Georgia State University. So far in the Northwoods League this summer, through 4 starts, 1-0 with a 4.87 ERA. Has pitched 20 and a third, allowed 11 earned runs, 14 overall on 25 hits. He's only walked 3, and he struck out 26. In the zone early and often, and will be an attacker of the strike zone against these hitters. Opponents do hit 298 against him. That'll be good for a Rockford Rivets team that does struggle offensively on the road at times. A Rivets team that hits 250 overall as a team this season, 223 on the road. They line up like this, 1 through 9. Ty Crittenberger, the right-hander, leads things off, followed by another righty, Brandon Bannon. 3 straight right-handers at the top of the Rockford lineup. It's Matthew Mebin in the 3-hole. Ben Brantley plays first and bats cleanup. Back to the right side for Nick DeMarco, batting 5th. And the lefty, Brody Harding. The righty DHing tonight, Drew Baker in the 7th spot. 2 lefties rounded out, Dylan Robertson and Dustin Allen. In the field for Traverse City, new addition out in left field. It's Brennan DeRigi. He's out in left field after joining Traverse City today. Then Christian Beal in center, Trey Truitt in right, Camden Traficante at shortstop, Cody Holtink at the second baseman, Sam Tackett over at third, Hunter Tab at first, Dallas Duarte does the catching for Patel. It's Ty Crittenberger set to go in the right-handed batter's box to get us started here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Beautiful day for baseball, low to mid 70s, partly cloudy skies, and a great crowd on hand here in the back half of the 4th of July weekend. Crittenberger set to go in the righty box. The righty out of Georgia State delivers the first pitch inside for ball 1 to Crittenberger at 7:05, a punctual start here in the Eastern Time Zone. Crittenberger, 313 hitter through 31 games, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. The next pitch dives down low from Patel, who features a 4-pitch mix, but really can isolate it down to 2 pitches. So it's a fastball 60% of the time, and the changeup, his main off-speed pitch, 27% of the time out of the hands. 2-0 to Crittenberger, swung on, popped up. Sky to deep left field. DeRigi, early action for the Wofford Terrier, straight into Traverse City lineup tonight as he drifts over into the left center field gap to retire Crittenberger for the first out of the ball game. Crittenberger retired. That brings up Brandon Bannon, hitting out of the 2-hole for the first time this season. The highest Bannon has been in the lineup so far for head coach J.T. Scara. The University of Illinois at Springfield product plays all over the infield. He's catching tonight for Rockford for just the second time this week. 250 batting average through 16 games, 3 runs batted in. He's 12 for his first 48 in a Rivets uniform this summer. He'll take a called strike at the knees on the fastball. Heater sits high 80s to low 90s for Patel, maxes out at around 90 miles an hour. All his off-speed pitches pretty consistently in the high 70s. A changeup that really darts away from left-handed bats and breaks in on the front foot of right-handed hitters. As Bannon takes low in the zone, the count's even at a ball and a strike. Patel peers in out of the windup, the 1-1. There's a breaking ball right over the outside corner at the knees of Bannon, who bobbles his head back and forth after the fist is applied by the home plate umpire. The count goes to 1-2. First look at the curveball from Patel. Again, only uses the slider 2% of the time. Curveball only 10% of the time. Next pitch is swung on, tap back to the mound. Patel fielding his position out in front, throws across to the first baseman Hunter Tab in time. 1-3 on the putout, 2 down in the first. So quickly 2 down here in the first inning. Nobody on for Matthew Mebin. Mebin's played every game of the Northwoods League so far this season. Didn't start one of them, but came in as a pinch hitter. So 34 games under his belt already for the South Georgia State product. As the first pitch from Patel, a swing and a miss. There was the first look at that changeup. It dove underneath the bat path of Mebin, who leads the Northwoods League with 39 strikeouts, also paces them in RBIs. He has 37 of them. Next pitch, a fastball fouled straight back. He's quickly down 0-2. 6 home runs as well, also top 3 in the league. Last night, a big night for Mebin. Started out a little rough, but finished the night 2 for 6. Had that bases-clearing double in the 5th that got Rockford back into the game. A 10-9 win at Battle Creek. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer third. Mebane late on the hack. First strikeout for Patel. He retires his side 1-2-3 on just 10 pitches in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base through half an inning. Still scoreless here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the first from Turtle Creek Stadium, still scoreless between Rockford and Traverse City. Rivets being retired in order. In their half of the first inning, Rockford starter Kyle Seabach on the mound, the southpaw from Northern Illinois. Here's the Traverse City lineup that you'll face. A .254 hitting team so far this season are the Pitts Bitters. Right-handed hitting center fielder Christian Beal leads things off for Traverse City, followed by Sam Tackett, the third baseman. Switch hitter Camden Traficante, it's in the 3-hole. Then it's the righty, the return of Colin Summerhill, just his second game back from injury. He's DHing tonight. Only two lefties in the Traverse City lineup. One of them is the new man, Brendan Durigi, just arriving today from Rockford. He'll hit 5th. Hunter Tabb hits 6th, the first baseman. Then the other lefty, Trey Truitt, bats 7th. Dallas Duarte does the catching and hits 8th. Cody Holtink, the second baseman, bats 9th. Rockford in the field looks like this. Dustin Allen, the new man from San Diego, out in left. Ty Crittenberger in center. It's Matthew Mebane in right field. 4th different position that Mebane's played in the field. 3rd time he's played corner outfield this season. Nick DeMarco, the Notre Dame product, over at third base. Brody Harding at shortstop. Dylan Robertson at second base. Ben Brantley over at first. And Brandon Bannon does the catching behind the dish for Kyle Seabach. Seabach's ERA is ballooned after his last rough start on Monday against the Madison Mallards. ERA now north of 3.07 to be exact. Just 10 earned runs in 29 and a third. On 30 hits, 11 walks, 34 strikeouts. Opponents now hitting .268 against him. That's 60 points higher than before his start in Madison. Tall, lanky left-hander fires in a first pitch fastball. Letter high for strike one to Christian Beal. Right-handed bat from the University of Richmond is hitting .307 in the woods through 22 games. 11 runs batted in. Juts out his left elbow, crowding the plate from the right side. Seabach, the lanky left-hander, deals a fastball, and it's a line shot over the head of the second baseman Robertson on one hop in right field for a base hit. Christian Beal leadoff single, nothing new there. He now extends his hitting streak to 8 games at the top of the Traverse City order, and he's aboard to start off the first inning. More hard contact early. Something to watch for Seabach. The tall, lanky lefty at 6'8", 220 pounds, the senior from Northern Illinois. Only went 4 1/3 Monday against the Madison Mallards. Allowed 7 runs, 6 of which were earned on 12 hits. Had only allowed 5 runs all season going into that outing. But he was hit hard by the Mallards, chased out of the game in the 5th inning. His first pitch to the 2-hole man, Sam Tackett's inside for ball 1 at the fastball. Tackett, the right-handed hitting third baseman out of Virginia Tech, is 9 for 39 so far this summer. Just 12 games under his belt, does have a home run and 12 RBIs. Deceptive pop in the righty box. Seabach works straight away on the mound, staring back the runner at first. His hand set at his belt. The leg drive in the pitch as a fastball swung on and missed. The count's even at 1-1. That time, Seabach went with the slide step. He's a little more deceptive towards home plate with runners on. Holding on runners has been a big concern of his so far this summer. So Madison take full advantage of that with 3 stolen bases against Seabach in his last outing. He'll check on the runner at first. Lackadaisical move off the mag, and it's easy for Beal to get back to first base. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tackett. The infield is at double play depth for the Rivets. Seabach will look back at first again. Beal back standing once more. Beal does have good speed. 6 for 9 swiping bags so far this summer. It's a Traverse City team that has stolen 88 bases so far this season. Easily the most in the Northwoods League. As this one's line straight back to the mound. It's off the glove of Seabach. Over to the second base bag. Robertson's there. He stands on the bag. Throws to first in time. 4-3 double play. A little ricochet off of Seabach will make it 1-4-3 as a hot shot up the middle turns into a twin killing. And there's 2 down and nobody on here in the first. Tackett hit that one hard right back up the middle. Seabach lifted his right-handed catching glove over his head and ricocheted off the leather and died right in front of the second base bag where Robertson was there to scoop it up, step on the bag, and throw to first. Both runners erased, bases empty with 2 outs for Camden, Traficante, and Seabach has a light at the end of the tunnel here in the first. His first pitch is a fastball that just misses the zone inside for ball 1. Umpires for tonight, home plate Sam Rogers, Robbie Garcia over at first, and Nathan Hall down the third base line. Traficante, switch hitter, will bat from the right side against the lefty Seabach. The next pitch is just inside again. 2 straight fastballs, barely missed the zone. Now a hitter-friendly count to Traficante. Northwoods League vet was with Traverse City last summer. So far has already played 34 games in the Woods, much like Mebane has played every contest this season, hitting .278 with a home run and 20 RBIs. Next pitch, a check swing at an inside fastball. Peel down to first. He did go around. Good appeal there from Bannon as he gets strike 1 across on Traficante. 2 balls and 1 strike. Traficante did mention the .278 batting average, but he's only hitting .227 from the right side this season. No doubt his weaker side of the 2. Seabach kicks and deals the 2-1. Breaking balls off the outside edge. 3-1 to Traficante. Shortstop. Played his first 2 seasons at Stenson, currently in the transfer portal, has hits in 8 of his last 9. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and cranked deep to left field. Allen going back, racing over towards the foul line. It hooks foul into the Traverse City bullpen. Not a lot of balls get out here at Turtle Creek Stadium. That one was threatening before it hooked foul for a loud strike 2. It's 320 down either line, 400 to dead center at Turtle Creek Stadium. So either way you slice it, more of a pitcher's friendly park, especially when the wind primarily blows in. There's not a whole lot of breeze going on right now. Flag remains limp on the white flagpole out in left center field. But usually a graveyard for baseball. Seabach back in the count at 3-2. Here's the payoff. Swung on and fouled straight back. Protective netting behind home. It stays at 3-2. Seabach trying to match his counterpart on the mound in Patel and sit down the pit spitters 1-2-3 in the first. A deep breath and now the payoff. It's a called strike 3. Fastball right at the knees froze Traficante, who chucked his bat towards the Traverse City dugout thinking it was ball 4. But a huge bounce back from Kyle Seabach after the leadoff single. Strikes out Traficante and sits down the side in order. No runs on a hit. No errors. Nobody left on base. We're scoreless through an inning here from Turtle Creek Stadium on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the second from Turtle Creek Stadium. We remain scoreless between the Rockford Rivets and Traverse City Pittsbitters. Second to last game of the first half here in the 2022 Northwoods League season. Both teams out of contention for a first half title, but looking to come into form half number two. Kalamazoo really ran away with that first half title, currently at a record of 22-12, a 5-game lead in those Great Lakes East standings, but looks like the second half could be wide open. So both of these teams trying to come into form. 1-2-3 inning. Either way you slice it in the first. Mason Patel kicks and deals to Ben Brantley. The first pitch is a breaking ball down below the knees for ball one. Brantley, the left-handed hitting first baseman. .314 average on the season. This is his 21st game in the Northwoods League. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. His next pitch is a high chopper over to first base on one hop. Hunter Tabb from behind the bag walks it over himself. 3 unassisted and 1 away here in the second. The righty out of Georgia State, Mason Patel, has stayed efficient so far. Just 12 pitches thrown to retire the first 4 hitters and has consistently been getting weak contact from these Rivets bats. Next one, he's set to face Nick DeMarco, hitting out of the 5-hole tonight. The Notre Dame infielder, a two-way player for the Fighting Irish. Has only hit so far for the Rivets this summer. He's 1 for his first 16. This is game number 5 as he swings, bounces the first ball foul to the left of home plate. 0-1 to DeMarco. You've got a hit, a line drive up the middle in his first at-bat in the Northwoods League. That was earlier this week when the Rivets were in Madison. But since then, he's been 0 for 15. Played sparingly for the Irish this season. Just 9 at-bats for Notre Dame over the course of the 2022 campaign. Still looking to come into form. 0-1 from Patel. Fastball upstairs. Watched for ball one. Patel works quickly on the mound, out of the windup, first base side of the rubber. The next pitch is a hanging changeup that's fouled straight back into the stands. Got the navy blue seats littered throughout both baselines here at Turtle Creek Stadium, and then the beach house-like facade where the press box is located. 1-2 to DeMarco. Here's a pitch from Patel. Changeup just ducks inside. The righty thought about going around. Torqued his hips, but kept the bat on his shoulder. The count goes to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes, a deep breath, and now the pitch. Way upstairs with a changeup. That's Patel's go-to off-speed pitch. Uses it about 27% of the time. He's trying to find the put away here to DeMarco, but a couple of disciplined takes has rode the count full. 1 out, nobody on. Scoreless game in the top of the second. Patel. Deep breath, his left foot perched in front of his right as he gets the sign from his catcher. DeMarco asks for time. He'll adjust his batting helmet. Infield fully back for the Pittsbitters. An all-turf surface here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Ball plays extremely quick when hit on the ground. Outfield straight away. DeMarco back in the righty box. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's another changeup. It's grounded foul over towards the Pittsbitters dugout on the third base side. Was a nice one-handed snag by one of the Pittsbitters on the bench tonight. So it gets some applause from this crowd. About 3,000 fans on hand tonight for 4th of July weekend. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The next payoff. Just off the plate, ball 4. DeMarco thought about going around. He watches the changeup outside, able to take the off speed and reaches Rockford's first base runner of the evening. It's already the Notre Dame product's 3rd walk in his 5th game. He'll head down to first base as Brody Harding steps into the left-handed batter's box. The Illinois infielder hitting .321 so far this summer. 23 games under his belt, a home run, and 15 runs batted in. Third baseman Tackett creeps in towards the edge of the cutout as Harding shows bunt. It's a beauty up the third base line. Tackett stops, bare hands, throws, and it hits Harding as the first baseman Tabb was trying to extend his glove into foul territory. The throw was taken right into the runner. Tabb couldn't get his glove over as the ball ricocheted off Harding. It was backed up by Holtink, the second baseman, but getting to third on the play is DeMarco. We'll see how it's scored. Rockford's got runners at the corners with 1 down. It'll go down as an error on Tackett. So in E5, DeMarco to third, Harding on first. At the corners with 1 down for Drew Baker. Big break for Rockford. We'll see if they can get the first run of the game here. First error for Sam Tackett in his 13th game of the season. Usually a sure-handed infielder from Virginia Tech, but was rushed on the throw with the speed of Harding, and now Rockford's in business. Here's Baker. 8 for 37 on the season through 12 games, does have 4 RBIs. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch is slashed foul on the first base side. 0-1 the count to the right state catcher, DHing tonight for JT Scara and company. Middle infield stays back for Traverse City. Double play ball obviously gets them out of the inning. Third baseman Tackett's even with the bag off the line at third. First baseman Tab holding on the runner and Harding. 0-1. Swing and a miss. That was a rare slider out of the hand of Patel. Baker comes up empty on the hack. He's down in the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners, no score here in the top of the second. Drew Baker at the dish against Mason Patel, trying to bear down on the mound. Long pause in the 0-2. Slide step delivery is popped foul. That was another slider breaking away from the right-handed bat, and it's popped onto the concourse on the first base side. Count stays at 0-2. Baker started a little slow this season for the Rivets, but has had hits in 5 of his last 6 games. His first action DHing the night. Wiggles the bat on his right shoulder. Comes set in the box. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball's delayed, called strike 3. Baker stood there for about 2 seconds thinking it was ball 1. And then your home plate umpire for the evening, Sam Rogers, threw up his fist in the air, signaling it was strike 3. Broke right at the knees on the outer third. Second strikeout for Patel, and there's 2 down in the inning. Really, really late call from the home plate umpire, later than we've seen so far in this game. That'll put 2 down for Dylan Robertson. Left-handed hitting second baseman, a .275 bat so far on the season, 6 RBIs. He takes strike 1 straight down the chute. And this is where you're going to probably see a lot of change-ups from Mason Patel, particularly to these lefty bats. It's his main out pitch. It dives away from the left-handers, and Georgia State coaching staff said it was one of the best they have ever seen. It's his go-to out pitch in situations like this. He just threw another one. Robertson on the half swing fouls it off to the third base side. He's down in the count, 0-2. A lot of movement on that changeup. Patel, somebody who loves to stay in the zone. 4 walks, 28 strikeouts in the Northwoods League season so far. Rockford's gotten 2 aboard. The walk to DeMarco and then the error on the bunt play from Harding as runners at the corners with 2 outs. Robertson in an 0-2 hole in the count. Still scoreless in the top of the second. Patel set at the belt. He gets the sign from his catcher Duarte. Slide step and deals. Fastball upstairs, taken for ball 1. Robertson adjusts his gray batting gloves in the Missouri State commit. Back to go with his slightly open stance in the lefty box. Feet wide, knees bent. 1-2 pitch is hammered out towards center field. Beal started in, now goes back. He's got a beat on it in the right center alleyway and makes the catch. Left the changeup out over the plate that time, but Robertson, despite getting good wood on it, can't make him pay as Beal settles under it for out number 3. Rockford threatens, but they do not score in the second. No runs on no hits. There was an error and 2 men left on base. Scoreless. 3 innings and a half. Kyle Seabach back on the mound after this. Here on the Rivets Baseball Network. 4, 5, 6, 2 up for Traverse City here in the bottom of the second against Rockford starter Kyle Seabach, who retired the side in order in the first inning with help of a double play ball and a looking strikeout. Still scoreless here from Turtle Creek Stadium on this 4th of July eve as Colin Summerhill, the DH for tonight, digs into the right-handed batter's box. Summerhill, a 300 hitter. This is just game number 17 for him on the summer. Almost at the conclusion of the first half of the Northwoods League season. He's got 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Swings and crushes the first pitch deep to left center field. Allen back in left field. Creeps into the alleyway and makes the catch. Again, a graveyard here at Turtle Creek Stadium. That ball was squared up from Summerhill. Didn't even make it out to the warning track in left center field. As Allen camps under it, 1 pitch, 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Summerhill retired quickly. That brings up the debutant for Traverse City, Brennan DeRigi. Left-handed hitting outfielder, DH, first baseman, plays a little bit of everywhere. Just arriving today from Wofford College. First pitch of this lefty-on-lefty matchup from Seabach is down low for ball 1. DeRigi played 56 games for the Terriers this season, hit .339 with 9 home runs and 53 runs batted in. Really good average bat, really good power bat as he takes inside from Seabach. Ducking away with his front shoulder, the count goes to 2-0. He's got an open stance in that lefty box, slightly bent at the knees. Seabach fires home a fastball over the inner third at the knees to get back in the count at 2-1. First team All-Southern Conference for DeRigi. Very plus bat. Did not play a lot in the field for Wofford as Seabach fires in another strike. It's a fastball center cut at the knees. The count goes to 2-2. Really good bounce back from the Northern Illinois southpaw. Just 10 games in left field for DeRigi this spring. Primarily a DH, has to play the corner outfield for Traverse City this summer. The 2-2 is swung on and fouled off his back leg. He'll stay in the count at 2-2. So primarily a DH by nature, but you look at the current state of this Traverse City team, some of their outfielders not currently with them, so a little short-staffed in that regard. They're going to ask DeRigi to get some reps out in the corner outfield spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Fastball outside, count goes to 3-2. It's been all hard stuff so far from Seabach in this at-bat. We'll see if he drops to any off-speed here in a full count. Full arsenal at his disposal. That's a curveball and slider to go to. 3-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Second pitch hitter to think it's ball 4. DeRigi was ready to throw his bat towards the dugout. Seabach went to the slider, and it was right at the knees. His second looking strikeout in as many innings. 2 down in the second. Really well-executed pitch from Kyle Seabach, who caught the outside corner at the knees. 2 down, nobody on, scoreless in the bottom of the second for Hunter Tabb. The right-handed hitting first baseman from Southern University. 269 hitter, 17 runs batted in. He takes outside for ball 1 as he squared around a bunt. Had the corners crashing in DeMarco and Brantley as he pulls the bat head back. 1 ball, no strike to Tabb. Here's the next pitch from Seabach, swing and a miss. Went with the changeup that time, and it broke away from the bat path of the right-handed hitter. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Tabb mentioned this is a 269 average, but he's been on a tear as of late as the 1-1 from Seabach's a fastball that missed outside. Tabb has hits in 5 of his last 6 games. He went 2 for 3 last night here against the Wausau Woodchucks, but also has multiple RBIs in 4 of his last 6 games. 2-1, trying to nibble on the outside edge with that fastball is Seabach. It pops the glove of Bannon, but it's just outside. He counts 3 balls and 1 strike. Tabb has had 9 RBIs in his last 6 games total. It's gotten the total up there to 17. 3-1 low, that's ball 4. This time can't find the knees. First walk from Seabach, a 2-out base runner for Traverse City here in the second. So their second base runner of the game. It brings up the left-handed hitting outfielder Trey Truitt. Truitt, a second-year Pittsburgher. Plays his college ball at North Carolina State. 26th game in the Northwoods League this summer. He's been a streaky hitter so far. Right now, riding a cold spell. His average is at .238. Does have a pair of home runs and 15 runs batted in. First pitch from Seabach. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. Third baseman DeMarco. playing off the line at third, beginning to creep his way in towards the cutoff. As Brantley holding the runner on first. Cut out, for DeMarco's positioning. Middle infield back to 1-0. Another fastball north of the letters from Seabach that counts 2-0 to Truitt. Again, Truitt, we talk about being in that cold spell. He was riding a 7-game hitting streak last time these two teams played in the middle of the month. But he's had 3 hitless games on this homestand, just 1 hit altogether for the Traverse City outfielder. This one smoked straight at DeMarco, knocks it down with his glove, recovers in time to throw across and get the final out of the frame. Was a sinking liner off the bat of Truitt on the inside-out swing. Third baseman DeMarco knocked it down in between his legs with the glove, picked it up with the bare hand, set his feet, threw across to retire Truitt and the side. 2-out walk. Doesn't come back to hurt Rockford. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've played 2 innings and we're scoreless at Turtle Creek here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Back at Turtle Creek Stadium for the top of the third. Pit Spitters and Rivets still deadlocked. 0-0. Nobody wiggling so far in what's turned into a pitcher's duel early. It's 9-1-2 due up for Rockford. Starts with left-handed hitting outfielder Dustin Allen. Against the righty on the mound, Mason Patel out of the windup. His first pitch, a fastball over the inside edge for strike 1 to Allen. The outfielder from the University of San Diego. It's only his 4th game so far with the Rivets, but he's already made quite the impression. The 0-1 pitch is smacked foul third base side. Racing over as the third baseman Tackett. He's not going to have a play. Lots of foul territory either side here at Turtle Creek Stadium as the stands jut out and wrap around a big portion of foul territory towards the bullpens and then the grass hill in the outfield. But that one was already destined for the seats as Tackett ran out of room. 0-2 to Allen. 2 for his first 10 in a Rivets uniform. He's 1 for 3 both games in Battle Creek. Had 2 walks last night, also stole home as he takes a fastball upstairs. It was a first and third situation for Rockford in a tie ball game. They had a lefty on the mound, wasn't paying attention to the runner on third. That was Allen, and JT Scara sent him home, and he was able to beat it out and score. The 1-2 is once again slashed into the seats on the third base side. Over towards the tabled seating area surrounded by white plastic fencing that overlooks the embedded in the ground Traverse City bullpen. Count stays at 1-2 to Allen. Just as quickly, Patel peers in with his light blue batting glove, or light blue glove, I should say, matching the Georgia State colors as he lifts it over his head and out of the windup, kicks and deals a changeup home that drifts outside, taken by Allen for ball 2. Was the first time in his coaching career that JT Scarra ever tried to steal home, he said. But he felt really good about the situation with Allen over on third and the pitcher not paying him any mind as the 2-2 is fouled straight back into the netting behind home plate. Really good fight here from Allen with 2 strikes. He'll live to see an 8th pitch of the opening at-bat here in the third. Both starters have been cruising so far. 28 pitches through 2 frames for either of them and haven't ran into too much trouble on the base paths. 2-2 pitch. Just low for ball 3. It was another changeup. Given the late strike call from the home plate umpire so far tonight, you got to watch and make sure he's not going to ring you up, particularly on the low pitch that has been being given here in the early going. 3-2, now the payoff. Swung on, popped up. This one is playable. Derigi, the newcomer in foul territory, rushes over to make the catch. He'll make it in foul territory. Allen retired for the first out of the third after a long battle with Patel. 1 down, nobody on here, top of the third, scoreless game. Rockford about to approach the second time through its order as the leadoff man, Ty Crittenberger, is ready to go. Crittenberger, much like his predecessor Allen, flew out to left field his first time up to lead off the ball game. Things slowing down a little bit for Crittenberger. He was locked in going into that second game in Battle Creek. His 6-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. An awkward swing at a changeup as he goes around for strike 1. A pitch that almost hit him in the shoe top by the time it was done breaking. Filthy pitch from Mason Patel. He's got a lot of movement on his off speed. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And he comes right back with a fastball on the outside corner. Not too much Ty could do there. He's down on the count 0-2. Both these starters moving with a frenetic pace so far. Crittenberger's back in the righty box. Patel already knows what pitch he wants to throw. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Crittenberger smacks it foul, going the other way on the right side. It's well onto the concourse. Got another fastball on the outer third. That time was a little higher in the zone, and Crittenberger got good wood on it. Just couldn't direct it into the field of play. But enough to stay alive in an 0-2 count. Patel out of the windup first base side. The pitch. Fastball just off the outside edge. 1-2. There's probably going to be a brief pause for me for the rest of the game. Home plate umpire rocks back. Sometimes they'll fire their hand up for strike 3. Other times let it go. The 1-2 pitch. This is a no-doubter. Called strike 3 on the inner half. That fastball changed the eye level of Crittenberger, who wasn't expecting it as he goes down looking. Third strikeout for Patel. 2 down here in the third. And as hot as Crittenberger's been, the strikeouts at times have been frustrating. 3 straight multi-strikeout games for Crittenberger. Already now 1K tonight as there's 2 down and nobody on for Brandon Bannon. Bannon grounded out back to the mound his first time up. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch from Patel. Big looping curveball. Bannon has to limbo his head out of the way in the right-handed batter's box. As grappling that one to his left was Duarte, the catcher. 1-0 is your count. The right-handed hitting infielder out of the University of Illinois at Springfield. Now he takes off the plate outside with a heater. 2-0. Bannon holds his hands high off his right ear flap of his black helmet. 2-0 pitch. Down low in the zone. He's taken 3 straight balls. We're seeing Brandon Bannon locked in at the plate. A little different the last couple of games. He was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter last night. But he had a 2 for 4 game in the series opener against Battle Creek that helped him snap a 1 for 19 stretch. But also key was the 3 walk game he had at home. He walked 3 times on 4 pitches against Madison before that 2 for 4 game against Battle Creek. And what do you know? He takes outside. Here's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. Very rare from Patel. It's already his second walk tonight. He only had 3 walks in his first 4 starts in a Pitt Spitters uniform. 4-pitch free pass unlike him. And it puts a base runner on with 2 outs for the RBI leader, Matthew Mebane. We'll give you Mebane's gaudy numbers with runners in scoring position here as he smacks one into right field for a base hit. Truitt, little lackadaisical with it on a couple hops in right field, but he delivers a strong throw to third. So Bannon, after a long turn, stays put at second. Mebane, a first pitch single. He's 1 for 2 now. 2 aboard with 2 outs for Ben Brantley. So maybe we won't give you Mebane's numbers with runners on base, but continues up that average. Really good piece of opposite field hitting. His batting average quickly approaching 300 again. So here's Ben Brantley. Hit a high chopper to the first baseman his first time up. He was retired to start the second. Rockford left 2 on base in the second, looking to avoid the same fate here in the third, forging a little bit of a 2-out rally against Mason Patel. Brantley power hitting lefty bat. Patel has the plus changeup. Power on power matchup. First pitch. The changeup's upstairs, 1-0. We've seen a little bit of mixed bag from Patel on the hill so far tonight. There's been some filthy off-speed pitches, and there's been some moments where he hasn't been able to control the off-speed for strikes consistently. And it's opened the door for the Rivets here in the third. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. It's a fastball. Brantley lifts his arms out of the way, but it's over the inside corner for strike 1. Interesting defensive alignment, too, for the Pitts Bitters. Almost playing Brantley as you would see a traditional lefty played in the MLB. You got Tab behind the first base bag, very far behind it, on the edge of the brown turf surface. And then in shallow right field, you got the second baseman, Holtink, playing him the pull. He pops one up in foul territory, third base side. Tackett, the third baseman, backpedals into foul territory, makes a catch behind the third base bag for out number 3. So Brantley does hit it the other way, but not too much to handle for this Traverse City defense. No runs on a hit, no errors. 2 men left for the second straight inning for the Rivets. Through 2.5, scoreless at Turtle Creek Stadium here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Eight, 9-1, due up for Traverse City here in the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless between the Rivets and the Pitts Bitters. Duarte, Holtink, in the top of the order. Christian Beal, the scheduled batters for Traverse City against the lefty on the hill, Kyle Seabach. Trying to bounce back from a tough outing in Madison. We allowed a season-high 6 earned runs over a 4 1/3. Has usually been lights out on the mound for Rockford this season. Good first 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Still no damage across. First pitch to the leadoff man in Duarte is outside, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Another late strike call from home plate umpire Sam Rogers. Duarte's 8 for 40 in the Northwoods League so far through 13 games. 2 doubles, 8 runs batted in. Next pitch to him is tight for ball 1. Seabach mixing in and out with the fastball on these first 2 pitches. 28 tosses through 2 frames for the Northern Illinois left-hander. It's gone plenty deep into games for Rockford this summer. The 1-1 swing and a ball cranked foul down the third base line. That ball had a lot of backspin on it off the bat, and it just hooked into foul territory. Would have been extra bases if it would have been fair, but instead it's a loud strike 2. Seabach has gone 7 innings deep twice for Rockford already this season, and Rivets are probably going to need plenty of length out of him tonight. A very depleted Rockford bullpen. A lot of their back-end options You'll get Luke Fitton and Alex Pipes, guys they rely on in the late innings, have been overworked in recent games. You're trying to bridge yourself to that off day on Monday where everybody gets a much-needed day of rest at the midway point of the season. Until then, bullpen options might be thin. 1-2, fastball fouled straight back just to the right of us here in the press box. Count stays at 1-2 to Duarte. Hawaii Rainbow Warrior hit 293 on the island this spring. 2 home runs, 26 runs batted in through 40 games. Against Rockford this season, he's 2 for 7 in a couple of games played. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a pitch. Breaking ball bounced in. Good block from Bannon behind the dish. Duarte not fishing for it. The count's even at 2-2. Seabach, 2 strikeouts tonight. They've both been looking. Duarte has just 6 strikeouts on the season through 13 games. The next 2-2. Swinging a line drive into right field for a base hit. Robertson didn't have a chance out of it at second base. It's on 1 hop in front of Mebin, the infielder by trade, who's out in right tonight. Second base hit for the Pittsbitters, a leadoff base runner for the second time in 3 innings as Duarte reaches. Good piece of opposite field hitting with 2 strikes. He took that elevated fastball the other way. His 9th hit of the season is first of this 6-game homestand for Traverse City, and it brings up the 9-hole man, Cody Holtink. Infielder from the University of Michigan, 12 for 67, just a 179 batting average in Northwoods League action. 23 games under his belt. First pitch called strike as it splits the plate from Seabach. 0-1 to Holtink. Just 2 extra base hits out of his 12, 3 runs batted in. It's 1 for his last 13. The third baseman, DeMarco, off the line towards the cutout at third. Now he backs up to be even with the bag. Middle infield a double play depth. Seabach steps off first, throws over. Back standing is Duarte. Again, a Traverse City team that runs a lot. 88 stolen bases, 8 more than any other team in the Northwoods League. And Seabach, a tall, lanky lefty on the mound that struggles to hold runners on at times. He comes set at the belt here. Duarte an aggressive lead. Fakes like he's going to second. That's going to draw another throw over from Seabach, but the catcher out of Hawaii's back standing once again. Got the middle infield at double play depth. Once again, an all-turf surface here at Turtle Creek Stadium, so any ball hit on the ground is going to play rather fast. DeMarco's even with the bag off the line at third. The right-handed hitting Holtink set to go. Seabach slide steps and deals the 0-1. Good pitch for a called strike. It's a changeup, drifts back into the zone. Holtink takes on the outer third. 0-2. Infielder redshirted at Michigan this past spring. He's 2 for 12 with 6 strikeouts against the Rivets this season. He has 34 of them on the campaign. Swing and a miss. Empty at the high fastball. Make it 35 strikeouts for Cody Holtink. 3 on the night from Kyle Seabach. 1 down in the third. So Northern Illinois lefty carves up Holtink on 3 pitches. It turns over the lineup for the leadoff man, Christian Beal. Beal had the other Traverse City hit so far tonight. Leadoff single in the first, was erased on a double play. Middle infield stays pinched to turn 2. Seabach, a demonstrative throw over to first. Trying to do a little more to keep Duarte honest over there. But he's still back standing. The catcher is 2 for 2 swiping bags so far this summer. Seabach's first delivery to Beal shows bunt and now pulls back as the fastball's upstairs. Looks like an attempted drag bunt from Beal as I think he was ready to take off out of that righty box up the first baseline before he pulled back. 1-0 the count to the Richmond Spider. Now an 8-game hitting streak after his single in the first. Seabach another check over back at first. And you understand why Seabach's doing this. Again, struggles a lot with holding on base runners. Pitched against Madison on Monday, and the Mallards had the second fewest stolen bases in the league in the Northwoods. They stole 3 on him in his 4 1/3 innings of work as he fires in a fastball now. Letter high to Beal. He takes the count's even at 1-1. Seabach trying to neutralize that running game of Traverse City. It's a Pittsbitters team that doesn't hit for a lot of pop in a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. They love to play that small ball game. Beal bat sets on his right shoulder. Seabach at the belt. Gets the sign from Bannon, the 1-1. Fastball way inside. Beal has to lift his arms out of the way and contort himself in the right-handed batter's box as it just brushes by his belt loop. 2-1 the count. Give you an idea of how hot Christian Beal is in this leadoff spot for Traverse City. He's 11 for his last 29. 2 extra base hits in that time. The 1-1 pitch, grounded foul, third base side. Seabox gone back even, 2-2 count. Against Rockford this season, Beal continues to be scorching as well. 7 for 18 against the Rivets. It's been a good table setter for this Traverse City team. Trying to keep the line moving here in the third. Scoreless contest. Just 2 hits for the Pitts Bitters, 1 for the Rivets. Seabox 2-2. Swing and a ball fouled back. Beal just got a piece to stay alive. Looked like the changeup out of the hand of the Northern Illinois southpaw. The next 2-2. Breaking ball, hit on the ground towards shortstop. It's cut off by the third baseman, DeMarco. He throws to second for 1. Robertson can't make the exchange, but they'll still call the runner at second out. That was a slow roller over towards the hole. DeMarco, the third baseman, did well to cut that off. It'll allow them to erase the lead runner in Duarte. So 2 down in the frame. Beal reaches on first on the fielder's choice, and it brings up Sam Tackett. Some skull claps from the 3,000 plus on hand here at Turtle Creek Stadium as Tackett is ready to step into the right-handed batter's box. He's the one that hit into that double play in the first inning that erased Beal first time up. 2 down for the Virginia Tech infielder. 9 for 40 so far this summer. First pitch from Seabox, swung on, popped up. Bannon gives it a look, but it's well out of play to the concourse on the right side. 0-1 to Tackett. He's been swinging the bat a little better on this homestand for Traverse City. He's 3 for 12, including his put out in the first inning. He's trying to heat up with the bat after arriving from Virginia Tech, where he hit .237 for the Hokies in his freshman campaign. Seabox checks on the runner at first. Beal's a much more serious base-stealing threat for these Pitts Bitters. He's 6 for 9 so far. He stole 4 bags in 5 attempts at Richmond. Would maybe expect for more from an outfielder that has a lot of speed, but right now his lead not that large against the lefty, and Seabox going to check on him again. He's been back standing twice now. Get some jeers from the crowd. See how aggressive Traverse City gets here with 2 outs. Quick pitch from Seabox, the fastball fouled off to the right side again. Couple of missed-time swings from Tackett. He's down in the count 0-2. Shadows begin to creep in as the sun starts to set here in northern Michigan. They currently cover up the batter in the third base side of foul territory. The beach house facade and the sun setting on the third base side. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, just missed with the changeup. Seabox took a step towards the Rivets dugout. The count's 1-2 on Tackett. He stays in the box. Looking for strikeout number 4 on the evening. To leave a runner stranded here in the third in a scoreless contest. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They'll check on the runner again. Seabox raised the right leg high and then sputtered out towards first base. Beal immediately retreated back towards the bag. It's only about a 2.5 step lead. He's not even to the cutout. Bluff steal, the 1-2 is popped foul once again. That was another Seabox fastball. Going with more of the hard stuff here as Tackett's been a little late at the swing. The heater from Kyle Seabox sits around 90 miles an hour, give or take. He's added a lot to his velocity, working on his mechanics at the training center at Nebraska Omaha these past couple of off seasons. Deep breath before he deals his next 1-2. Looks back the runner at first, now in at the signs for Bannon. Tackett calls time. It's granted with home plate umpire. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Play resumes. Long pause again from Seabach. High leg kick in the pitch. Fastball popped foul again. Really good fight from Tackett here with 2 strikes. Northern Illinois lefty allowed 7 earned runs across the first 2 innings of his last 2 starts. He's gotten out of that early damage here, trying to bear down again in the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another check on the runner at first. And now the jeers start to get a little more demonstrative from this Pittsburghers crowd. This time he drew a dive out of Beal, who's getting slightly more aggressive with the lead. Still a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on first, scoreless game, bottom of the 3rd. Seabach now comes home. The 1-2 bounces in. Good stop from Bannon. Back pick to first isn't in time. Seabach spiked the breaking ball. Bannon leapt out of his crouch, picked it on the short hop. His momentum taking him towards the third base side. Threw back over to first on a dime to Brantley, but Beal was able to dive back in safely to the first base bag. Pitch was taken for a ball that counts 2-2. The shadows now completely engulf the batter at home plate, continuing to settle in here at Turtle Creek. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup. Bannon blocks it, throws down to first to complete the strikeout. Side is retired in the 3rd. A couple of strikeouts for Kyle Seabach give him 4 on the evening through 3 shutout frames. No runs on a hit, no errors. 1 man left on base. Scoreless through 3 at Turtle Creek Stadium here on the Rivets Baseball Network. 5-6-7 due up for Rockford here in the top of the 4th inning, continuing to cruise on our merry way through this early pitcher's duel on a Sunday night at Turtle Creek Stadium. Rockford Rivets, Traverse City Pittsburghers. Some Great Lakes East baseball here on the Rivets Baseball Network. DeMarco, Harding, Baker, scheduled hitters against Mason Patel. So far through the first 3 frames, Patel only allowed 1 base hit, 2 walks, no runs across, and 3 strikeouts. DeMarco got one of those 2 walks the first time up in the 2nd. He's into the righty box, the Notre Dame product, against the Georgia State right-hander. Lifts the glove high over the head as he delivers out of the windup a fastball down low. 1-0 the count to DeMarco. It's been settling in nicely. Just time here at Rockford as the 1-0 from Patel is grounded foul, third base side, over towards third base coach Vinny Tornincasa. Counts 1-1. DeMarco's gotten comfortable behind his old high school teammate, Zach Kemp, who also has joined him on the Notre Dame squad, settling into time here with the Rivets. 1-1 pitch is low in the dirt. Counts 2-1. 2-1 pitch is taken at the letters for a called strike. Guys like DeMarco and Jeff Ince that didn't get a lot of regular time in college ball, trying to figure it out with the numbers. Talked to Jeff Ince after the game at Battle Creek, who now has hits in 3 straight contests. Here's a 2-2 from Patel. It swung on grounded foul. Count still 2-2. But guys like Ince and DeMarco, the numbers are starting to get there, but aren't quite there yet. They say they're just worried about hitting the baseball hard, being consistent with their hard contact, with their plate approach, with their mechanics. They know the numbers will start to even themselves out over a long 72-game season. 2-2 pitch. Fastball just low off the outside edge. And the count's full to DeMarco. He's had a really good at-bat here against Patel. Already walked once in a full count. Has spoiled some tough pitches. Got himself back to a full count again. The 3-2's low. Ball 4. So 2 walks for Nick DeMarco. And now matching his season total with 3 through 3+ is Mason Patel. Rockford's definitely made it a little more difficult for him. They've laid off that tough changeup. Was a real point of emphasis for hitting coach Vinny Tornincasa coming into tonight. So now it brings up Harding. He reached on an error his first time up. Remember, had the drag bunt down the third base line. So attack at the third baseman's in on the green turf in front of the brown turf on the infield as Harding takes a called strike. He didn't square around this time. That one was straight down the chute. So now we'll see how aggressive Tackett gets. He's starting to slowly back off. He's at the cutout now. So back in the brown turf surface. Middle infield pitch to turn 2. Bluff steal off of first for DeMarco. The pitch is a breaking ball, and it's over the front shoulder of Harding for strike 2. So the Illinois infielder quickly down in the count, 0-2. First baseman Tab holds on DeMarco. Not very aggressive with the lead. Maybe a step and a half off of first base. Now shuffling his feet off a little further. 0-2 to Harding, the pitch. Fastball's a right called strike 3 again. Right at the knees. That low strike's been being given all night. But another delayed call as it rings up Harding. 4th strikeout for Patel. 1 down in the 4th. And you can tell, even the crowd has a little bit of a reluctant reaction here at Turtle Creek Stadium when the called strike 3 is coming in that late and the hitter thinks it's a ball and he's getting set for the next pitch. Just a little awkward applause from the Pittsburgh fans here, but they commend their starter. It's his 4th strikeout already. Drew Baker was another one of those strikeout victims. He went down looking on a late call in the 2nd as he takes low here. First pitch, breaking ball from Patel. He's used the curveball a little more regularly here in this outing. Seen a lot of that 12-6 break. He only uses it about 10% of the time so far this summer in the Northwoods League. 1-0, slide step delivery. Fastball, grounded foul. Count goes to 1-1. Patel, big strikeout arm. He has 7+ strikeouts in each of his last 3 starts, and that's after his longest start of the season is only 5 1/3. His other starts have all just been 5 innings exactly. He struck out 7 across 5 his last outing Monday at Battle Creek, where he got roughed up a little bit. The 1-1 is inside to Baker, 2-1. Patel gave up 7 hits, 8 runs, 5 of which were earned. Wasn't helped out by his defense very much. Walked 2, struck out 7. Ultimately got the no decision and an extra inning win for Traverse City. The game went 11 innings, and the Pittsburghers won 14-13. Sounds a lot like the game Rockford had in Battle Creek last night. 2-1 pitch, laced towards center field. Runner was off with the pitch in DeMarco. He retreats from second base. The throw from the center fielder, Beal, who made the catch, is not in time on 1 up. Yes, it is in time. Another late signal from this umpiring crew. Everybody in the stadium thought DeMarco was safe. And then a fist came up from the first base umpire, Robbie Garcia. Rockford coaching staff not too happy, but it's a double play. Was a line shot into center field, straight at Christian Beal, who made the catch, threw back to first. And a high hop off this bouncy turf surface went into the glove of Hunter Tabb before Nick DeMarco got back to the bag safely. So he's doubled off. 8-3 double play ends the inning. Work. Camden Traficante set to lead things off for Traverse City here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-4-5 to up for the Pitts Bitters in a scoreless contest with the Rockford Rivets here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Traficante 0 for 1. Switch hitter bats from the right side against the left-hander Kyle Seabach. First pitch from the southpaw. Awkward check swing. Appeal down to first. He went around. When Robbie Garcia 0-1 to Traficante. He did not look comfortable at all in his first at-bat against Kyle Seabach. Went down looking on a full count, strikeout. Now already an awkward check swing. So went around for strike one. 0-1. Breaking ball is a called strike two. Changeup floated towards the outside corner. Again, we looked at Traficante's numbers. A lot better of a hitter from the left side than the right for the switch hitter. He's only hitting just over 220 this season against left-handed pitching. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just low. Traficante had to hold up his swing again. He didn't go around. The count's 1-2. Shadows continue to creep here at Turtle Creek Stadium. All of third base is engulfed. The shortstop Harding is playing over off the hole against the right-handed bat, as that one is a called strike three. Seabach back upstairs with the changeup. Another looking strikeout. It's his fifth here through 3 1/3. Second time he's gotten Traficante looking. Third backwards K overall. So Traficante rung up one down here in the fourth. But again, those shadows, almost the entire left side of the field engulfed in them now. But the pitcher's mound still remains poked out. So you have a pitcher in the sun throwing the ball into the shadows for a little while longer. That plays advantage pitcher. Hard for the hitters to pick it up when it's going in and out of the sun like that. Here's Colin Summerhill at a deep fly out to left field on the first pitch. His first time up is Seabach's low and inside at the fastball. 1-0 to Summerhill. This is a big bat for Traverse City to have back in their lineup. Big right-handed hitter, crushes left-handed pitching at a clip of 429. There's a line shot on one hop to the third baseman, DeMarco. He gobbles it up, throws over to first, and it pops off the glove of the first baseman, Brantley. It's definitely going to be an error. We'll see how that error is assigned. Whether it goes to DeMarco on the high throw or Brantley, who probably still could have corralled it, didn't have the glove fully outstretched that popped off the top of his leather. Summerhill, regardless, aboard on the error with one out here for Traverse City. But again, Summerhill, really big bat back in this Pitts Bitters lineup, just returning to injury. Last night was his first action since June 18th. Already trying to provide a spark here in the fourth. One out base runner. Brennan DeRigi is your batter. Left-handed hitting outfielder out of Wofford College. Seabach, slide step delivery. Fastball's low. 1 ball and no strikes. DeRigi went down looking. His first time up. One of these 5 strikeouts for Kyle Seabach. Looks back to runner at first. Now deals the 1-0. Swung on, popped up. In the Bermuda Triangle on the left side, racing over towards the foul line is Allen and DeMarco, the left fielder and third baseman respectively. It does fall, but it's in foul territory. So it's allowed strike one. 1-1 to DeRigi. DeRigi just arrived today. Played the last 4 seasons at Wofford College. Has graduated on from Wofford, looking for a new home. He just recently committed to play at Iowa on June 26th, so just a week ago, finding his new home in the Big Ten. Called it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play for the Hawkeye baseball program. So he's headed to the Power 5, now trying to hone his craft in Traverse City this summer. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seabach will check back the runner at first, who's back standing in Summerhill. Summerhill, the injury that kept him out for most of the back half of June was a shoulder injury. He got diving for a baseball in the outfield, so not sure how aggressive he'll be with the head-first slides. He's bluffing his steal towards second base, and Seabach, because of that, throws back. Summerhill came back standing. Summerhill kind of shimmied his body over towards the second base bag, darting his hands back and forth across his bent-over kneecaps before walking back to first. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. And you can tell it's more of a bluff from Summerhill because as Seabach is raising his right leg, Summerhill's momentum is all leaning towards the first base bag. He's not going to get a good jump as long as he keeps doing that. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Down low, 3-1. And you know the base runner's in your mind if you're Kyle Seabach, but you can't let it occupy this much of your attention. You're going to start losing that feel for the strike zone to some of these hitters. Important to neutralize that threat of the Traverse City offense, but don't let it stockpile into multiple base runners. Where this team really gets dangerous is when they run those double steals. 3-1's grounded foul. Big comeback pitch on the knee-high fastball. Counts 3-2. Similar situation to where Derigi struck out first time up, a full count. Deep breath before the 3-2 offering. Really open stance from the outfielder. Runner goes. Pitch is hit on the ground over towards second. It's the shortstop, Harding, ranging all the way over in front of the second baseman, Robertson, onto the right of the bag. He fields and throws to first. Summerhill, off on contact, was able to get the second base. Derigi erased on a 6-3 putout, 2 down. Robertson suggesting that maybe if he would have fielded that one, he's suggesting it to Harding, he would have been able to tag the runner running to second and then throw to first. But I think a really tough play to decipher on that one because it was a jam shot off the bat of Derigi. So a rare slow roller on this turf surface, and Summerhill was off the pitch. He got a really good jump. Would have been a tough play to make. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs for Hunter Tab. Tab walked his first time up. First pitch from Seabach. Really late swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Tab picked up the movement super late. He's down in the count 0-1. Tab, another really good hitter against lefties in this Traverse City lineup. He's hitting .429 against Southpaws this season. Dangerous bat. Rockford's playing him the pull. The shortstop, Harding, is deep in the hole on the left side of the infield. Into shallow left field, really, if you will. Robertson behind the second base bag, keeping the runner honest. 0-1. Bounced in. Good block from Bannon. He raised his legs out of his crouch to block the spiked fastball. Seabach taps on his chest to signal his bat on the overthrow. The count's 1-1 to Tab. One and one, 2 outs. Base hit could score the first run of the game for Traverse City here in the 4th as we remain scoreless. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's another Seabach changeup, and it ducks underneath the bat path of these right-handed hitters. It's a 1-2 count. Really filthy pitch and another good block from Brandon Bannon. Quick to get down to his knees behind home plate. Squared off to the baseball, keeping the runner at second in Summerhill, who reached on the error. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seabach strides home. It's blocked in the dirt from Bannon. Runner takes off for third. The throw's not in time. Summerhill went that time as soon as the ball looked like it was going to bounce into home plate. It cannoned off the chest of Bannon, who had to reach for it, throw to the side of the runner who was still blocking it in the righty's box. Of course, he's entitled to staying in the batter's box, is Tab. So a sidearm throw to third from Bannon, and the tag applied from DeMarco just a hair late. Stolen base puts him at third base. Summerhill 90 feet away. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit into right field. And that stolen base pays dividends. The error comes back to hurt Rockford as Traverse City strikes first. An RBI single for Hunter Tab. It's 1-0 Pittsbitters. 3 hits in the game for Traverse City. They've all been exactly the same. An outside fastball squared up and a 1-hopper to right field over the head of the second baseman. It's been like looking into a mirror. Well executed from Tab. He's reached twice today, his first RBI of the game. And now 10 RBIs in his last 7 games. He's got 18 on the season as Truitt takes strike 1. Ridiculous RBI streak for Hunter Tab, who now has hits in 6 of 7 games. Truitt grounded out the third his first time up. In an 0-1 count, the left-handed hitting outfielder. Seabach trying to limit the damage here in the 4th. He misses low and outside, 1-1. Tough one for Rockford. You make the play on that routine ground ball. Runner never reaches base, but instead in a 1-0 hole here early. Next pitch to Truitt's upstairs, 2-1. Fastball was able to check his swing as it was about neck high to the NC State product. And a favorable count of 2-1. Tab leads off the first base bag, being held on by Brantley. The pitch. Another fastball elevated, 3-1. Talk about saving that Rockford bullpen. There's nobody up right now, but it's another deep inning for Kyle Seabach, who came into this inning already on 50 pitches. Truitt in a favorable count. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Seabach reared back and got everything on that fastball. Was maybe a little high of the letters. Truitt might have chased ball 4 there, but he comes up empty on the hack. 3-2 the count. Duarte likely to be off with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. 1-0 Traverse City in the fourth. The 3-2 hits Truitt right in the back. Seabach went to double down on the fastball. Truitt turned in, took the hit by pitch. So now 2 on with 2 outs. First hit by pitch for Seabach. Pitching coach Tyler Fletcher out for a mound visit. Seabach lost a little control, falling behind hitters here with 2 outs in this fourth inning. Again, the error, the big thing that hurts. With 1 out, sailed throw from Nick DeMarco off the top of the glove of Ben Brantley. Allowed Summerhill to reach. He got up the second on the ground ball to the shortstop Harding, and then an RBI single from Hunter Tab before Trey Truitt was just hit by a pitch moments ago. 1-0 Traverse City here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Upcoming Duarte, who had another hard-hit single to the right side. One of Traverse City's 3 hits so far in the ball game, his first time up in the third. Seabach currently at 73 pitches. That's not a good sign for a very, wouldn't say wounded Rockford bullpen, but very taxed Rockford bullpen here in the last recent days. Really needs Seabach to give you some length in this game. Duarte, as we said, 1 for 1 with the single. 2 runners on with 2 outs. First pitch from Seabach out of the mound conference is a fastball just outside. 1-0 to Duarte. Got his first hit of the 6-game homestand for Traverse City his last time up. 9 for 41 in his Young Northwoods League campaign. Neither runner being held on for the Rivets. Seabach will step off. Get the signs again from his catcher, Bannon. Now stepping back in. Long pause before coming set. High leg kick in the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider broke inside on the righty bat Duarte, who was all tied up. Counts 1-1. The next pitch from Seabach. Swing and a popped up. Right side, it'll drift towards the seats. So now 1-2. Kyle Seabach needs just one more pitch to get out of the frame. Couldn't find the put away to Tab that allowed Traverse City to take the lead on the RBI single, but looking to prevent the same fate here to Duarte, who already has a hit tonight. 1-0 Pitts Bitters here in the bottom of the fourth. And the Northern Illinois left-hander looks back the runner at second, now comes home. The pitch. Line drive, it's backhanded by the shortstop Harding in the hole. Deep, his throw on one hops in time to retire Duarte. Really nice play from Brody Harding in the hole with shortstop. That ball had eyes for left field. Was able to field it deep in the hole on the backhand. Didn't even have time to set his feet. Just let the cannon unwind in a 2-hopper into the glove of the first baseman Brantley to retire the side. But Traverse City does take the lead in the inning. An error from Rockford proves pivotal. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left on base. 1-0 Pitts Bitters as we head to the 5th here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Rivets trail 1-0 here, headed to the top of the fifth. Dylan Robertson, Dustin Allen, Ty Crittenberger, 8-9-1, scheduled to hit for Rockford against starter Mason Patel. RBI single in the last half inning from Hunter Tabb, the first baseman for the Pittsbitters, got them off to their 1-0 lead. Robertson's 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to center field his first time up. The first pitch from starter Mason Patel is a called strike at the knees on the fastball. 0-1 to Robertson. Patel's been working efficiently, 63 pitches through 4 frames. Has had some traffic on the base paths, but nothing across for Rockford yet as Robertson on the 0-1 pitch, a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So right on cue, it's the Rivets' second hit of the ball game. They stranded 2 twice in this ball game as Robertson aboard. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Maybe that's just what Rockford needed to get the offense going here in this one. Been free and easy so far for Patel. He's had a few stress situations he's been able to wiggle himself out of. But now Dustin Allen comes to the dish. Flew out to left field his first time up. We'll see if he shows bunt here. The third baseman, Tackett, is creeping in up the line. Allen does not show bunt. Instead, he takes a changeup for a called strike. It's a tough pitch to hit for lefties. That changeup of Patel, it's his go-to off-speed delivery. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks through the first 4 frames. Robertson leads off first, not too aggressive on the lead. Dancing off the first base bag, a lobbed throw over from Patel. First look at his pickoff move as Robertson dives back safely head first. Missouri State-bound infielder is 2 for 3 swiping bags this summer. Rockford team that runs about an average amount. This time Allen does square around, but he takes another changeup that finds the letters for strike 2 as it drifts over the outside edge of the strike zone. Allen, despite pulling back, he's now down in the hole, 0-2. Third baseman Tackett now retreats behind the third base bag, playing off the line. Middle infield pinched. First baseman Tabb holds on the runner. Patel comes set at the belt. Works off the first base side. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a drive to right field. Starting in was Truitt. He now drifts back. That ball had a lot of carry on it, but he'll make the catch. A couple steps shy of the warning track. Robertson retreats back to first as Allen flies out for the first out of the 4th. Was a towering shot off the bat, and Truitt thought it was going to be a can of corn. All of a sudden, he had to turn and run back towards the wall. And he made the catch just shy of the warning track. 3:20 down the line where he made the catch here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Allen 0 for 2 turns the lineup over for Ty Crittenberger. He's also 0 for 2 today. The center fielder from Western Kentucky flew out to left and struck out looking. First pitch to him, another changeup that dives inside, 1-0 to Crittenberger. Crittenberger was 0 for 5 yesterday. Again, snapped his 6-game hitting streak. Looking to get back in the hit column here. Fastball is on the inside corner to even the count. I'll tell you what, the fastball that Patel has plays with plenty of pace, and that's allowed him to play off that changeup very nicely. It's a change of just over 11 miles per hour when you're talking fastball to changeup for him. There's the slider. It's inside to Crittenberger, 2-1. His slide pieces, curveball, his changeup. Uses the changeup primarily, but all his off-speed pitches sit around the same velocity. It's high 70s, max out around 79. The 2-1 pitch. Now a fastball over on the outside edge. Just misses. 3-1. That's a call that pitchers were getting in the early stages of this game. He tried to nibble on the outside corner. Good take from Crittenberger, who's in a hitter's count. See if he lets it fly here. 3 balls and a strike. Throw back to first base. Robertson was leaning towards second. Had to set his feet before diving back in, but he gets back in safely. And a really close play at first. Would have been a bad second out to run into if you're Rockford, your leadoff man in a hitter's count. 3-1 pitch, runner does go. Line shot, base hit into left field for Crittenberger. Down to a knee is DeRigi to field it. Robertson a wide turnaround second. He'll stay there. But 2 hits in the frame for Rockford. They've got 2 on with 1 out. Hits in 3 of 4 on the road trip so far for Ty Crittenberger. And that brings up Brandon Bannon. Good piece of hitting from Crittenberger. He got the inside fastball in a 3-1 count. Did not miss it. A rope shot in between the second baseman and shortstop. He's aboard for the first time today. And a chance for Brandon Bannon to try to tie the game here for Rockford. Creeping in, Tackett once again, even with the bag at third. He now starts sprinting in. Bannon never showed bunt. Instead, he took a changeup for a called strike. Traverse City remaining evident that Rockford could try to manufacture some small ball here. Bannon walked on 4 pitches his last time up in the third, also grounding out back to the mound tonight. No balls in a strike. Here's the highlight kick in the pitch. Change up away, blocked from Duarte. Really good, breaking over to his right-hand side to keep that one in front of him. The runners stay at bay for Rockford. The count's 1-1. Bannon, a lot of success against Traverse City this season. 3 for 5 on his season debut for Rockford against Traverse City here at Turtle Creek Stadium on June 12th. One of 2 3-hit games in the campaign. 1-1. Curveball finds the knees for strike 2. Really good pitch from Patel. Looping curveball just found the edge of the zone. One ball, 2 strikes. Middle infield pinched for the Pit Spitters. Now the pitch. Fastball low. Good take from Bannon. Counts even. Say Bannon has had some success here in Traverse City this season, but not traditionally against the Pit Spitters. He's just 5 for 31 across his 2 Northwoods League seasons for Rockford against the Pit Spitters. Be a big hit here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. The pitch. Swinging a line drive towards right field. Truitt started in, now comes back. He gets around on it again and makes the catch. This outfield just continues to eat up baseballs. Robertson tags and heads to third. Staying at first is Krittenberger. Bannon put a charge into one, but it's allowed out number 2. They're on the corners for Matthew Mebane. Big second out for Patel to get. He's not out of the woods yet. Mebane, your Northwoods League RBI leader, 37 of them. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single through the right side of the infield his last time up. We talked about Mebane's ridiculous numbers with runners in scoring position. We'll give them to you here after the first pitch of the AB. Righty on righty matchup. Mebane squared off in his traditional stance towards right center field. The first pitch from Patel. Fastball inside for 1-0. Duarte pointed his hand towards the pitcher on the mound, said he liked the call, just doesn't get the inside corner. Mebane is a .358 hitter this season with runners in scoring position after his double last night. 1-0. Ground ball over towards shortstop. Traficante charges in, throws the second. It's in time. Bit of a pause from the third base umpire, but they're able to nail Krittenberger on the fielder's choice, and that ends the inning for Rockford. Third inning, Rivets have left 2 runners on base. They don't play to run here in the 5th. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 men left. Traverse City leads 1-0 through 4.5 here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the fifth from Turtle Creek Stadium, 1-0 Traverse City over the Rockford Rivets. Kyle Seabach on the mound for his fifth inning of work. Enters the inning on 77 pitches. Might be nearing the end of his line. Be about to face the order third time through in this inning. But first, it's the 9-hole man, Cody Holtink, leading things off. Right-handed hitting infielder from the University of Michigan takes strike one from the Northern Illinois Husky on the mound as Southpaw pumps in a fastball. Struck out Holtink on 3 pitches, his first time up in the third. 5 strikeouts tonight for Seabach. The tall, lanky lefty at 6'8", 220. Another fastball. It's on the inside corner for strike 2. Holtink having trouble committing to the heater. He twisted his hips, raised the bat off his right shoulder, but couldn't fire off the swing. Off the battle out of an 0-2 hole here. 1-0 Traverse City on the RBI single in the last half inning from Hunter Tabb. Rockford stranded 2 runners in scoring position 3 times tonight. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Changeup ducked right underneath the bat path. Second time Holtink's gone down swinging tonight, and 6 strikeouts for Kyle Seabach through 4 1/3. 1 down here in the 5th to turn the lineup over. Seabach's strikeout stuff has gotten better and better as the season has gone on. A season-high 7 strikeouts on Monday in his last start against Madison, and now carving up Traverse City. So far tonight, third time through the order for Christian Beal. One of the rare Pitts bidders to reach twice in the ballgame. He singled and reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch swinging, a fly ball to center field. It's a can of corn for Ty Krittenberger in straightaway center. Playing him straight up for the second out of the 5th. And just like that, 2 outs on 4 pitches. Bases empty with 2 down in the frame for Sam Tackett. It's be a really big bounce back inning for Kyle Seabach, especially to keep his pitch count low and continue to spell a very taxed Rockford bullpen in the last couple days. Again, at the 100 pitch mark, you cannot start a new inning in the Northwoods League. And at 110 pitches, you cannot face a new batter. Seabach's at 81 currently as he faces Sam Tackett for the third time. 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the first, struck out in the third, and Seabach delivers a fastball, blows it right past him, swing and a miss for strike 1. Low 90s on the heater from the Northern Illinois Southpaw. He's turned into a flamethrower in the later innings of this one. 0-2 goes for another fastball. This time it's well outside. Catcher Brandon Bannon reaches across his body into the lefty batter's box. So the count 1-1 to the right-handed hitting Tackett. Redshirt freshman infielder from Virginia Tech elects to go no batting gloves as he reaches his arms out across the plate from the righty box. Seabach, another swing and a miss. Pulls back another fastball. Putting a little extra juice on it in this half frame. He's 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning in a 1-2-3 fashion. Seabach's 1-2. Just upstairs. A couple Rivets infielders took some steps towards the dugout. It was another fastball, but took in just above the letters from Tackett, and the count's 2-2. Seabach working exclusively out of the stretch, straight away on the mound. Is set to deliver the 2-2 here to Tackett. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. At a changeup down low. Bannon thought he was going to get the call there from the first base umpire, Robbie Garcia. It's a really good take from Tackett, able to hold up on a changeup, diving down below the kneecap. So he rides a full count. Only 1 walk tonight for Seabach. He struck out the other 3 hitters he's faced in a full count. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a ball flared foul down the first base line into the seats. Packed house here at Turtle Creek Stadium, 3,000 plus on hand. The navy blue seats littered all around the stadium, packed with Pitts Bitters fans here on the back half of the 4th of July weekend. Beach house facade that overlooks the stadium, suites full of eager fans. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seabach set at the belt. Deep breath, and now the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Lost Tackett, who battled back in the count. Second walk for Seabach. The man from Virginia Tech jogs down to first base. So no 1-2-3 inning for Seabach. Still has a chance to get out of it unscathed if he can retire Traficante, who has not looked confident at the plate against Seabach tonight. 2 strikeouts, both of which were looking. We've talked about the numbers for Traficante, the switch hitter who will bat from the right side against the lefty. He's batting just .220 now from the right side this season. Was a .278 hitter overall coming into tonight. First pitch down low. Bannon blocks it right in front of him, so no advancement from the runner. It's ball one to Trafficante. Seabach tried to get him to fish out a changeup on that occasion. And really impressive when you consider the kind of stretch that Camden Trafficante has been having. Came into tonight with hits in 8 of his last 9 games, was 10 for his last 33. Seabach looks back the runner. Now the 1-0, fastball away, 2-0. But also, not just those numbers from Trafficante, the fact that in that stretch, he walked 7 times and struck out only once. He's been on a roll offensively in his last 9 games, but he's gone down looking tonight twice. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, this time catches the letters. Top portion of the zone for strike one. Tackett's got pace over on first base, 3 for 4 swiping bags. Again, Traverse City only 1 stolen base tonight. Lead the Northwoods League with 89 total on the season. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, grounded foul off the facing of the Pitts Bitters dugout, third base side. 2-2 to Trafficante. .240 career hitter against the Rockford Rivets. This is his second season playing with the Pitts Bitters. 2-2 pitch, runner goes, fastball upstairs, throw down to second base. It's off the glove of the second baseman Roberts, and it creeps into center field. Crittenberger quick over to it, but not before the runner advances to third as Tackett picks himself up and runs over to third base. So a stolen base to get him up to second. We'll see if the throwing error goes there to Bannon or if it's charged to Robertson. Looked like a catchable baseball, but really tough one on a play scored like that. Either way, it's Rockford's second error of the evening, and Trafficante is now 90 feet away, and it's a full count to Trafficante, with Tackett being 90 feet away. Traverse City looking to double their lead. 3-2 from Seabach. Upstairs, ball 4. Lost his second straight batter with 2 strikes. It's his third walk. And now you can tell, starting to labor third time through the order. Rockford is going to get some arms up and throwing in their bullpen. Manager JT Scara is out from the top step of the dugout to talk to his left-hander. Tyler Horvath, new arrival for this Rivets team. The only other lefty in the Rockford pitching staff is currently getting loose. 3 walks for Seabach, 2 in this inning. He got the 2 outs rather quickly before the walk to Tackett. He stole second base, reached third on the error from the catcher Bannon. It's the first error of the season for Bannon in 17 games across the infield. And then Trafficante has managed to work a walk here with 2 outs. That puts runners on the corners with 2 outs. And I think Scara, as much as putting some confidence in Kyle Seabach, is also warning his infield about the base running threat that looms for Traverse City. They love to steal runs on these first and third plays. Gotta be mindful of that if you're the Rivets. So back-to-back walks for Seabach brings up Colin Summerhill. Summerhill in his return to the lineup. He scored the only run tonight for Traverse City, reaching on an error. Runner goes to second. Bannon, a bluff throw down to second base. So taking it easily is Trafficante. We'll give him second on that occasion. So 2 in scoring position, just focused on the batter and Summerhill, who's up in the count 1-0. Just his second game since June 18th off the shoulder injury, diving for a ball in the outfield in the middle of June. But a very big bat for Traverse City. He's hitting .400 this season with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. 12 RBIs do his name through 16 games. The pitch from Seabach, swung on, fouled, straight back. Right on the fastball. The count's 1-1. And now at this point, if you're Kyle Seabach, you thought about maybe having a chance to go back out there for the 6th inning. But now where the pitch count looks and the fact that you're starting to labor through this lineup, got to be thinking that this might be it for you, trying to get the last out here in the 5th and throw 5 innings of one-run baseball. Give your team a chance here at Turtle Creek Stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swinging a line drive, drifting foul over towards the Rivets bullpen. 1-2. He's gotten ahead of hitters in this inning. He just hasn't found that put-away pitch. Failed to find it against Tackett, who walked, and Traficante, who shared the same fate. Trying to get the final out here in the 5th as a chance against Colin Summerhill. 15 strikeouts in 16 games. Seabach looking for his 7th K of the night to match a season high. It's all left-hander. We'll have to wait as Summerhill asks for time. Now steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Twirls the bat a couple of times. With his all-white batting gloves and white left arm sleeve. The black Pittsbitters jerseys with the mate red hats. Wiggles the bat off his right shoulder. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled off the netting. First base side. Again, it's the black alternates tonight for Traverse City with the red numbers and cherry Michigan logo off the right back. The numbers outlined in white. Rockford with the gray road uniforms with the gold numbers and lettering. White pants for Traverse City, gray with black pinstripes for the Rivets. They have the black hats with the screw logo on top. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seabach set. Now the big pitch. Swung on, popped up. First base side onto the concourse. Long at bat. Could be Seabach's last hitter of the game. Traverse City has grinded out at bats so far this inning. One and two, 2 outs. 1-0 Pittsbitters in the bottom of the 5th. Traverse City a base hit away from adding on potentially 2 more. Seabach trying to get out of the frame. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards second. Stays down for Robertson. Down to Anita Field. Throw to first in time. Retires Summerhill and the side. Big final out for Kyle Seabach, leaving 2 stranded in scoring position. No runs on no hits. There was a Rivets error, but 2 men left on base. 1-0 Pittsbitters through 5. Rockford Bat's going to try to get going when we come back here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 6th from Turtle Creek Stadium. 1-0 Pittsbitters lead the Rockford Rivets. Kyle Seabach gets out of a big jam. And the last half frame, his day is done. More on him in a minute as Ben Brantley leads things off. Lefty bat against the righty arm, Mason Patel back out there for a 6th inning of work. He fires in ball 1 low on the breaking ball to Brantley. 1-0 the count. Brantley is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to first base, popped out to third as he swings and misses at a wild Patel changeup darting away from the left-handed hitter. Seabach's day is done. He threw 100 pitches exactly at the conclusion of that 5th inning, so he cannot re-enter for the 6th. But a really good outing and a bounce back from the Northern Illinois left-hander. As Brantley sends a check swing over to first base, hustling it out. The flip from the first baseman Tab to the pitcher Patel covering is in time. 3-1 on the putout. Brantley retired for the 3rd time today. 5 innings for Kyle Seabach. Just 3 hits, 1 run, which was not earned on 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. Threw 100 pitches exactly. Did hit a batter. But good stuff against a tricky offense after that discouraging start against the Madison Mallards. A good bounce back for him. DeMarco into the righty box. He has yet to record an at-bat today. He's walked in his first 2 plate appearances. Again, rare walks as he takes ball 1 low from Patel, who only walked 3 hitters all season coming into tonight. He has 3 walks against the Rivets here, but Rockford's been unable to make him pay so far. 6 runners left stranded from Rockford as this time the changeup drops in at the knees for strike 1 to DeMarco. Counts 1-1. It's been a learning curve for DeMarco in his early stint with the Rivets. First regular collegiate baseball action that he's seeing after playing sparingly for Notre Dame. Most of the time in blowouts as he takes another changeup low, 2-1. But DeMarco, a couple moments in this game where you've seen him try to battle. Rushing a throw from third base, an error that led to the lone run scored so far from Traverse City in this ball game. And then also the base running mistake last time up. 3-1 pitch is cranked foul down the left field line. That was in fair territory. That could have been one of the rare balls that leaves the yard here at Turtle Creek Stadium. DeMarco showed his power there on full display. The count's now 3-2. But he has the tools. You see it in flashes right there as he continues through these learning curves. 3-2 pitches, tapped foul. And you've seen it in all these at-bats. He's walked twice today and now ridden a full count here in the 6th. He's made Patel work in each and every plate appearance that he's had and continued to drive out that pitch count. Patel came into this inning on 80 pitches. This could be his last frame here in the 6th. 3-2. Lifts his hands high over his head. The pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. 3rd time Nick DeMarco has worked a walk in this ball game. So he takes the fastball low and away. It's the 4th from Patel and a 1-out base runner for the Rivets in the 6th. Again, that base running mistake from DeMarco was on the line shot to center field from Baker, where DeMarco rounded second base before retreating back to first and was doubled off the bag. Just got to get a sense for the strength of the arms here at this level in the outfield. But he's leading off first for Brody Harding. Harding bunted and reached via an error in the 2nd. Closest the Rivets got to scoring. They had 2 in scoring position in that frame. He struck out looking into the 4th. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Heading the count 1-0. Middle infield a double play depth. Third baseman creeping in. The pitch to Harding. Ground ball, high chopper over to second. DeMarco has to get out of the way of the baseball before running to second base. So he pauses momentarily in his run. That allows Holtink to go to second and erase the lead runner. Harding is able to beat it out, so he reaches on the fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout. 2 outs and a runner on first for Drew Baker. Unfortunate break there for DeMarco. If he keeps running at full speed, the baseball's going to hit him on its path up the infield, which means he's automatically out anyway. So he pauses to let the ball bounce past him, parallel to the second baseman, and that gives Holtink enough time to throw over to second where Traficante was covering. So DeMarco erased, Harding on first for Drew Baker. 0 for 2 today. He struck out looking as he takes a changeup on the inner third for strike 1, and then hit into that double play. A sharply hit ball to the center fielder, Beal, his last time up. This could be textbook range for Brody Harding to try to steal. He has just 1 stolen base in his last 9 games, but has stolen 8 in 12 attempts this summer. 1-1 as Baker takes a changeup inside. I mean, it's been all changeups so far out of the hand of Patel. He's throwing a lot of off speed in this inning. If Harding can get a good jump, he will have second base, but Patel spins back and throws to first there on the pick attempt. Harding back safely with the head first dive. If he can find a good pitch to jump on, second base is his. He can get a really good jump on some of these changeups. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patel the pitch. Swing and a miss. He mixed in the fastball there. Baker jams him up inside. He's down in the count 1-2. And I think at this point you can send the runner. Rockford needs some kind of spark to try to get a runner into scoring position, and Harding can get a good jump here. Off speed's probably coming. 1-2 pitch. It was a fastball, and it's straight down the heart of the plate for strike 3. Froze Baker. Did not expect to see that. As Patel splits the plate for his 5th strikeout. He's through 6 shutout frames. Rockford's offense continuing to struggle on the road. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. 1-0 Traverse City headed to the 7th, and the Rivets into their bullpen after this. Here on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Rivets into their bullpen. Tyler Horvath, the first arm out of the Rockford pen. Kyle Seabach done after 5 innings. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup against the newcomer, Brendan DeRigi, as he takes strike 1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Tyler Horvath, the second Tyler Horvath in the Great Lakes East Division. There is one in Kokomo. The two actually have the same synergy profile, which is making it hard to pull up Horvath's arsenal here as he delivers cross-body fastball over the inside third for strike 2 to DeRigi. Horvath, very effective left-handed reliever from the University of Illinois, Springfield. Joins his teammates Jake Newman, Brandon Bannon, and Luke Fitton. There's an option out of the Rockford pen. 0-2, overthrows the fastball that time, outside. 1-2 to DeRigi. He's 0 for 2 today. He struck out looking and grounded out against Kyle Seabach, who again, 5 innings of 1-run baseball, no earned runs across, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. 1-2 pitch. Bounced in low, 2-2. Horvath just arrived with the Rivets. Signed his contract right before this road trip headed towards Battle Creek. He joined the Rivets here in Michigan right before the conclusion of the first half of the season. The southpaw deals the 2-2. Swing and a ball just fouled off the edge of the bat. DeRigi stays alive in the box. Another pitch bitter that's very difficult to strike out. Traverse City team that predicates itself on small ball and timely offense. Just across the 9 o'clock hour here in the Eastern time zone. 2 hours into this one. 1-0 Pitts bidders in a pitcher's duel. The pitch grounded back to the mound. Horvath to field his position. Spins, throws to first in time. 1-3 on the putout as DeRigi's retired. 1 away for Hunter Tab. Big first out for Horvath, and here comes Hunter Tab. Tab has delivered the lone run of the ballgame today. He's singled and walked. Only Pitts bitter not to be retired yet today. An RBI single to the right side his last time up. Horvath swing and a miss. Generates it early there with the changeup. He's got really good off-speed stuff early. That's the early analysis on Horvath. This season at UIS pitched sparingly. Just 9 2/3 innings of work. Pitched to an ERA of 3.72. That's good stuff. Pitched handful of games for Springfield each of the past handful of seasons. Career ERA of 3.3. He's at 0-2 of Tab. And now the pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. Counts 1-2. Somebody that can give Rockford a little bit of distance. So they try to bridge this one together and wake up their offense. Potentially against the Traverse City pen. As a 1-2 swung on and missed. Good stuff from Horvath. Big strikeout at Tab, and now 2 away here in the 6th. His first strikeout. Bases empty, 1-0 Pittsburgh. Straight Truitt coming to the dish. A lefty-on-lefty matchup against Horvath. And the stuff for Tyler Horvath, fastball, slider, changeup his arsenal, but mainly just fastball, slider. Rarely throws the changeup, only 6% of the time, as Truitt swings and fouls a ball back. Truitt today has grounded out the third and been hit by a pitch. Fastball is about 88 for Horvath, and the slider just about 77, 78 miles an hour. The 0-1. That was the slider left upstairs, 1-1. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen. Here in his Rivets debut in 2022. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Stuff plays extremely uncomfortable to lefties. Got DeRigi with the uncomfortable swing, got Tab to strike out. And now he's ahead of Truitt, 1-2. Deep breath from Horvath. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards second. Robertson comes charging in, fields it on the brown turf surface, throw to first in time, and the side is retired. Really good first inning from Tyler Horvath. In his Rivets debut in 2022, retires the side in order. 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We head to the 7th. Rockford's trying to jumpstart the offense. 1-0 Pittsburgh on the Rivets Baseball Network. Traverse City's into their bullpen here in the 7th inning from Turtle Creek Stadium. The Pittsbitters lead the Rockford Rivets 1-0. Adam Christopher, the first arm out of the Traverse City pen. It'll be the first time Rockford has seen him this season. Only made 2 appearances so far for Traverse City. Has pitched 3 innings, allowed 1 earned run on 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. His last action came against Kenosha here in Turtle Creek Stadium at the beginning of the homestand on June 29th. Where he pitched 2 innings, allowed 1 earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Also had a scoreless inning of work against Battle Creek in that marathon game we talked about last Monday. He's set to face Robertson, Allen, and Krittenberger, 8-9-1 into the Rockford lineup. There is an arm getting loose in the Rivets bullpen. The first pitch is way outside from Christopher. Ball 1 to Robertson on the off-speed delivery. Robertson's 1 for 2 today, singled his last time up, was left stranded on third base. 7 left stranded from the Rivets in this ballgame. Still trying to get on the board as Robertson takes low in the zone, 2-0. Really good start for Mason Patel. 6 shutout innings, allowed 3 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. It's been another rough night getting going for this Rivets offense on the road. Rockford again hits just .223 on the road as a team. Robertson takes strike 1 and a 2-0 count. It's been the downfall of this Rivets team at times, trying to get the offense going away from Rivets Stadium, especially in some of these more pitcher-friendly parks like Turtle Creek. 2 balls, 1 strike to Christopher. Ground ball over towards first. It drifts foul. So 2-2 the count. Meanwhile, the arsenal for the newcomer on the mound, Adam Christopher. Fastball, changeup, curveball. His fastball sits around 83 miles an hour. Relies a lot on the movement of his off speed that sits in the mid-70s. The curveball is only about 68 miles an hour. 2-2 is golf from Robertson. High pop-up into shallow right field. Charging in is the right fielder, Truitt. He'll make the catch for the first out of the 7th. Robertson retired, 1 away for Dustin Allen. Back-to-back lefties for Rockford here at the bottom of their lineup. There actually is no left-handed options in the bullpen for manager Josh Rebant and Traverse City. They do have a left-handed starter. Won't use him in a situation like this, obviously, as he's in their rotation, but plenty of junk ballers, if you will, that rely a lot on their off-speed. Christopher's one of those guys, and Rockford struggles to hit those types of pitchers as Allen takes off the plate for ball 1. 0 for 2 today with a pair of flyouts from the left-handed hitting outfielder out of the University of San Diego. One ball, no strikes. Still just a 1-run game here in Traverse City. The pitch. Fastball over the inner third. Makes the count 1-1. The arm throwing right now in the Rockford bullpen is Jake Newman. See how long Horvath can give. 1-1. Swinging a pop fly. This time it's in shallow left field. It's Derigi who makes the catch. Coasts right in, does the left fielder. Quickly 2 down here in the 7th. And this is the quiet inning getting into that bullpen that Traverse City's in need of. Rockford trying to jumpstart its offense. You finally get Patel out of the game after 6 innings, his deepest start in the Northwoods League this season. He's totally neutralized the Rockford bats and just can't get anything going offensively. Krittenberger is 1 for 3 today with a single. He was erased on a fielder's choice his last time up. First pitch to him, big slow curveball right down the chute for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 the count to Krittenberger. Here's the next pitch from Christopher. Change up low, 1-1. Two outs, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Traverse City leads the Rockford Rivets 1-0. The pitch to Krittenberger. Another slow looping curveball. That time it finds the outside edge, and the count's 1-2. See if Christopher triples down with that pitch. Haven't seen a lot of fastballs out of the hand. Not a lot of velocity on it. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got the changeup that dove away from Krittenberger. He goes down swinging. Side is retired in order here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 1-0 Pittsbitters will stretch at Turtle Creek Stadium here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Jake Newman into the game. The hard-throwing right-hander for the Rivets, scheduled to face 8-9-1 in the Traverse City lineup. Duarte, Holtink, and Beal, scheduled hitters. It's 1-0 Pitts bitters here in the bottom of the 7th. Starts out with Duarte, who's 1 for 2 with a single so far tonight. Righty-on-righty matchup. First pitch from Newman's. A hard hit, one hopper over to Brody Harding. His throw to first, an accurate one. And one pitch, one away for Newman in the 7th, who has come into form quite nicely this summer. Obviously, the early season struggles, but has really grown into his role. And how about the outing from Tyler Horvath? 1-2-3 on just 14 pitches in his Rockford Rivets debut in 2022. Lefty from the University of Illinois Springfield passing the baton onto his UIS teammate Newman. Has a 12.15 ERA, but a scoreless inning of work against Madison earlier this week. 3 of his last 5 outings, he's put up zeros on the scoreboard. Put up 2 here in Turtle Creek earlier in the season. As Holtink swinging at the first pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Charging in Harding. His throw is high and off the bag. That's a really tough one for Brody Harding to make a play on. He's rushing in, fielding on the run. The bounce came in about chest height, so he had to field it close to his body. Lasso out, throw across. Correctly scored as an infield hit for Cody Holtink, who was twice a strikeout victim tonight. Really used that to get off the schneid as it turns the lineup over for Christian Beal. Beal at the top of the lineup, always dangerous for this Pitts bitters team. He's reached twice tonight via a leadoff single. Also reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd and flown out to center field. Only 2 pitches so far for Newman. He's gotten 2 relatively weak contact swings. See if Holtink's in motion in a 1-run game. The pitch. He shows bunt. Blooped up the first base line. Newman fielding his position. Underhand shovel to first is in time for the 2nd out of the inning. Nobody's covering 3rd. The throw over to 3rd is in time. Harding raced over to the 3rd base bag. Holtink tried to take 3rd base, and they got him out. And it's a 3-pitch, 1-2-3 inning for Jake Newman. How about that? Holtink rounded 2nd, ran to 3rd because on the wheel play for the Rivets reacting to the bunt, there was nobody over covering 3rd base, and Harding just jetted straight over from 2nd, beat Holtink to the bag. Brantley threw over to 3rd base, and they got the tag acrobatically from Harding, who had to dive into the bag to make the tag on Holtink. Wild play, 1-2-3 inning from Jake Newman on just 3 pitches. Getting more and more effective by the day. It stays 1-0 headed to the 8th here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Two, three, four, due up for Rockford. They're running out of time in this one. Top of the 8th, they trail 1-0 to Traverse City. Brandon Bannon set to lead it off. It's 2-3-4 to bat for Rockford in this inning. It feels like a do-or-die frame against Adam Christopher, who twirled a 1-2-3 shutout 7th inning, the first inning of relief for this Traverse City bullpen. Bannon today's 0 for 2. He walked back to the 3rd. First pitch from Christopher, who specializes in the slow looping breaking balls. There's another curveball. The gun's not turned on right now at Turtle Creek Stadium, but According to a Synergy report, it registers in the high 60s. That's a 67-mile-per-hour curveball, but it has so much late break on it that Rockford hasn't been able to do anything with it. 0-1 pitch. There's another one. Bannon fouls it straight back. 0-2. That time, the timing was a lot better from the UIS infielder. They still haven't been able to put it in the field of play. You got Matthew Mebben waiting on deck. Loves a good breaking ball. But Christopher's been locating these very well. Takes just one swing here for Rockford. In a practical sense, they trail 1-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a changeup, and he bloops it into center field for a base hit. Bannon aboard as he goes down and gets the changeup. That was about ankle high in an 0-2 count and gets enough of a barrel on the bat to sneak it into center field. Fourth hit for Rockford. Bannon's aboard to lead off the 8th inning. Nobody up and throwing in the Pittsburghers' pen. This could be an opportunity for the Rivets. They trail by 1. The RBI leader at the plate, Matthew Mebben. He's 1 for 3 with a single to the right side tonight. Bannon and a sprinter stance off first. First pitch to Mebben. Slow breaking balls, tight for ball 1. If you leave one of these breaking balls upstairs to Matthew Mebben, you might not see that baseball again, even in a very hitters-friendly park, or pitchers-friendly park, I should say, like Turtle Creek Stadium. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out here in the 8th. Christopher comes set. The pitch. Fastball swung on. Sky to left field. Backing up Durkee. Up back towards the wall. He makes the catch up against the wall in left center. Bannon's tagging. He'll head to second. Mebben misses a go-ahead home run by mere inches into left center field. He's retired for a loud first out in the 8th. You thought that might have been the moment for Matthew Mebben. He got a rare fastball from Christopher that was center cut. But this is a graveyard for baseballs, like we've been saying all night. Out to left center field, Durkee made the catch with his back up against the dark blue padded wall in left center. 1 away and a runner in scoring position for Ben Brantley. Single still ties the game here for Rockford. Traficante, the shortstop, is behind the second base bag. The left side of the infield is wide open for Brantley. First pitch to him, trying to go that way. Pops it into foul territory. Tackett ranging over towards the seats, and it'll get about 3 rows deep. Thought he might have had a play on the baseball, but it's allowed. Strike 1 to Brantley. Left-handed hitting first baseman is 0 for 3 tonight. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Christopher. Fastball, swing and a miss. Brantley looks up towards the sky. He knew that was his pitch to hit. The count's 0-2. Got a mistake from Christopher there. Couldn't make it count. Full arsenal in play here in an 0-2 count. 1 out. Tying run is on second in Bannon. 0-2 the pitch. Change up, swing and a miss. Bannon strikes out. He seems to think that he made contact with it, that he fouled it off the under part of his bat. JT Scarra's out there as well to talk to the home plate umpire, and he's no doubt going to ask for this 3-man crew to deliberate because Brantley is adamant that he got a piece of that baseball in an 0-2 count. It's worth noting that the catcher did not catch it in Duarte. It was a changeup that Bannon swung at, and it went out of the catcher's glove, and Duarte was low in the ground. And then Duarte picked up the baseball and tagged him. But Bannon didn't even try to run down to first. He was so adamant, and first base is open with less than 2 outs. He was so adamant that he got a piece of the baseball that he did not run down to first base. And JT Scarra is asking this 3-man crew to deliberate, which they are right now in front of the pitcher's mound. I mean, this is a big pitch in this baseball game. You give him the foul ball, he stays in the box at an 0-2 count. If not, you got 2 outs, and they're going to say he's out. And Brantley is adamantly frustrated, having some words with the home plate umpire as he walks back towards the dugout. So Brantley strikes out. First strikeout for Christopher. Second, rather, excuse me. And now there's 2 down in the frame for Nick DeMarco. DeMarco has walked in all 3 plate appearances today, running the count extremely deep. He's seen the ball well. A single can tie the game for the Rivets. First pitch to DeMarco. Breaking ball, bounce straight back to the mound. Leaping up into the air to snag it is Christopher. His underhand flip to first is in time. 1-3 on the putout. Leadoff single stranded by the Rivets. They have stranded 8 tonight. No runs on a hit, no errors. 1 man left. 1-0 Pitts Bitters headed to the bottom of the 8th here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, last chance for Traverse City to add on to its 1-0 lead. Rockford, it's been a tough night at the office offensively. Jake Newman's out there for a second inning of relief, just 3 pitches to retire the side in order in the 7th inning. Tackett's 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. First pitch from the righty at the University of Illinois Springfield. A fastball upstairs for ball 1. First at bat. It hasn't taken just a pitch. Tackett, a Lexington, Kentucky native, 237 hitter this season for Virginia Tech. Newman's 1-0. Just tie again on the heater. 2-0. Not the only Kentucky native in this game. The other one is Drew Baker, a backstop for Rockford that's DHing tonight for the Rivets. The two are actually former teammates. As Newman finds the zone for strike 1. Did not play in high school together. They grew up in separate regions of Kentucky, but they played for the Kentucky Baseball Club, which was an elite travel institution in the state of Kentucky. Got some pictures together when Traverse City transpired as Newman is up and in with the fastball, making it 3-1. That series, in Rockford transpired. Two got a picture together with one another. It was tweeted out by the Kentucky Baseball Club, talking about the two products coming together as Tackett takes strike 2. Thought it was ball 4. Fastball about letter high, straight down the middle of the plate. Counts 3-2. Payoff on the way. Outside, ball 4. First walk for Newman, leadoff base runner in the 8th for the Pitts Bitters. They'll bring up Camden Traficante, who will thank his lucky stars that he finally gets to turn around to the left side to bat in this game. Traficante has not looked comfortable against Kyle Seabach all night. His first 3 at-bats, was able to squeak out a walk in his last plate appearance. Just 1 run across in this ballgame. It was an unearned run off of one of 2 Rockford errors. The Rivets really live and die with their defensive efficiency. Granted, the bats haven't hit awfully well tonight, but another game where you look up and see a crooked number in that third column for Rockford, and then you see them trailing in a baseball game. First pitch, Traficante swinging. Ground ball on one hop. It's off the glove of the shortstop, Harding. Could have been a tailor-made double play ball, but now instead there's runners at the corners with nobody out, as running all the way to third is Tackett. Just like that, it's Rockford's third error of the game, an E6 on Harding. Just tried to field it a little too quickly on the transfer to second base before looking it all the way into his glove. It's Harding's third error of the summer, and they're at the corners with nobody out for Colin Summerhill. Summerhill's 0 for 3 today. He did reach on that error by DeMarco and score the only run of the game. He can drive in one here with any ball hard hit as the infield's back for Rockford. Runner will immediately take second in Traficante, his second stolen base of the evening. He's into scoring position. Now there's 2 on in scoring position with nobody out. Rockford is going to bring the infield about halfway in the middle and bring the corners up with nobody out in the frame. So 1-0 count to Summerhill. Newman trying to wiggle out of this jam. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball past him. Mentioned Summerhill's return to injury yesterday against Wausau and then continuing today against Rockford. Scary situation diving for a ball in the outfield where he injured his shoulder. If you'll remember, his brother on the team, Brendan, was also on this pit spitter squad. He also left the team due to injury. Newman's 1-1's upstairs. Really good stop from Bannon out of his crouch. Keep that ball from going to the backstop. Would have brought a run home, but instead it's 2-1 to Summerhill. Brendan Summerhill had a hamstring injury that he sustained in his senior season at high school. You remember he's a high school senior getting some MLB looks, committed to go play at Arizona next year. So after re-aggravating that hamstring injury here in Traverse City, decided to call his season quits with the speculation that he might be drafted. Newman just off the plate with the fastball. Count goes to 3-1. So with that speculation of him potentially being drafted coming to fruition, he decided that didn't want to risk it with the hamstring injury, and his time with the pit spitters unfortunately done a little preemptively. 3-1, hit on the ground, foul sharply down the third base line. Could have been trouble if it was fair. Instead, it's a good bounce back pitch from Newman, and the count's full. Another pit spitter outfielder not currently available for the team is Jacob Marcy. Played the 2 games in Rockford last weekend, but currently at a draft workout of his own right now, hoping to have his name called after being first-team All-MAC for Central Michigan this past year. 2 in scoring position, nobody out. Infield up for Rockford, the payoff. Swing and a foul ball. Stays at 3-2. This one was a ground ball foul to the left of the catcher, Bannon. 2 on in the inning, leadoff walk, and then an error from Brody Harding has allowed 2 to get into scoring position. Traficante on second, Tackett on third. 1-0 Traverse City here in the bottom half of the 8th. 3-2. The pitch. Down low, ball 4. Bannon picks it on the short hop, backhanded. It's Newman's second walk of the frame, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. First baseman Ben Brantley out there to talk with his right-hander. Try to settle in Newman as Harding, the shortstop, comes in as well with the catcher, Bannon. Big spot for Derigi. It's his first game with Traverse City, and he has a chance to make an immediate impact here. He's 0 for 3 today, struck out looking against Seabach in the second, and a couple of ground outs to his name either side of that. Bases are loaded with nobody out here in the 8th. He has a chance to get his first pit spitter's hit, his first pit spitter's RBI, and make an emphatic debut for this Traverse City team. Rockford's running to the end of a well when his pitching staff is concerned. Off day can't come quick enough. Newman, first time working multiple innings this season, trying to get out of a jam here in the 8th. Derigi, the man committed to play at Iowa next season. The first pitch to him. Fastball is just off the plate for ball 1. Man, that was a strike earlier in the game. Not sure if that missed just below the knees, but it's 1-0. Newman walking a couple hitters probably hasn't helped his cause getting borderline calls in this inning. That one finds the zone at the knees to make the count 1-1. Now everybody wearing red turns to a critic of the home plate umpire as the count's even. Derigi, somebody that credited summer ball as a big part of his development process, excited to be here in Traverse City. Believed that finally getting those consistent at-bats allowed him to break out at Wofford this season. Didn't receive normal game action for the Terriers. He takes low here for ball 2. Until this past season where he played in over 50 games for them. Only played in about 30 in 2021, and then obviously the abbreviated 2020 season. Did not play a lot as a freshman, only 9 games under his belt in 2019. But getting those consistent at-bats allowed him to figure out his offensive approach as wild pitch is going to allow a run to come home and score. Tackett makes it 2-0 Traverse City. Everybody moves up 90 feet. 3-1 the count to Derigi. It's 2-0 Pittsbitters. And the mountain becomes that much steeper to climb for Rockford in the 9th. Another ball here loads the bases. Derigi, who previously played for the Bristol Blue Sox in the NECBL last summer. Hits one on the ground, foul towards first. Counts 3-2. Payoff on the way from Jake Newman. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Newman. He got the fastball low in the zone. It was probably ball 4. Derigi is frustrated as he comes up empty on the hack, expanding the zone. Newman's first strikeout, 1 down in the 8th. So 1 down, still 2 in scoring position. The infield stays up for the Rivets as Hunter Tab is the scheduled hitter. They'll pinch run for the run around at second. Looks like Alec Atkinson is the body heading out there for Colin Summerhill. So Atkinson can score now on a single, bring 2 home and make it 4-0 Pittsbitters as Hunter Tab already 1 for 2 tonight. He has the lone RBI of the lone RBI of the ball game, an RBI single in the 4th. Scored Summerhill. It's going to be Aaron Gustafson that actually comes in to run, not Alec Atkinson. That is Atkinson. That's number 11. PA announcer does not have the right name as that one is outside for ball 1. Was wondering there for a minute. Now they've made the correction on the PA system. Why they would bring in a starting pitcher to pinch run in this situation. Only going to get a guy hurt in a game that is meaningful to both teams, yes, but doesn't have any playoff implications, at least as the first half stands. This one's fouled back from Tab, and the count's 1-1. Jack Moore getting loose right now in the Rivets bullpen. Should Jake Newman be unable to avert this situation? 2-0 Traverse City, 1-1, 2 in scoring position here in the 8th. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one pitch is tight, 3-1. Newman in danger of walking his 3rd straight hitter. Hunter Tab, before going to Southern this past season, played at LSU Eunice the first 3 seasons of his collegiate career. 344 lifetime hitter for the Bengals through 102 games. A lot of baseball down in those JUCO ranks. And Tab, part of a national championship squad with Eunice. part of a Traverse City team that's looking to get back to a Northwoods League championship of its own. 3-1 pitch, hit on the ground towards third. Slow roller charging in. Third baseman DeMarco's only throw is to first. It's in time to retire Tab, but it's a productive out number 2. An RBI ground out brings home Traficante, who was off with contact. Tab's second RBI of the night. It's 3-0 Pittsbitters. Second run across on Newman. That one will not go down as earned. That's the runner that reached on the error from Harding. 2 down, a runner on third for Trey Truitt. Truitt's 0 for 2 tonight with a hit by pitch. Newman's first offering. Rare breaking ball from Newman. Typically has gone just with the fastball, but it snaps at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Truitt. NC State outfielders found playing time hard to come by his first couple of seasons in the collegiate game. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. Started at East Carolina, transferred late to NC State, which made him ineligible last season. And then this season, on the cusp of the regular collegiate season, injured his wrist. So he was not able to play for the Wolfpack at all. He's pretty much sat out his first 2 collegiate seasons. Was a temp player here last summer and now under a full contract with Traverse City and for the long haul in 2022. 0-2 pitch is just low in the zone. Was another breaking ball from Newman. One ball, 2 strikes. Deep breath in the pitch. Breaking ball low again, 2-2. Two pitches, smacked foul to third base side. Went back with the fastball on that occasion. 2 across for Traverse City in the frame. 3-0 Pittsbitters here over the Rockford Rivets. And it's 4th of July Eve. We're back at it again. 1 o'clock first pitch from Turtle Creek Stadium tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deep breath from Newman. High leg kick in the delivery. Breaking balls low. Count is full. It's been a tough place for Rockford to come. They have never won a game here at Turtle Creek Stadium. It's the 3rd year of playing Traverse City. Of course, didn't play them in 2020 with the pod system in the middle of the pandemic, but 0 for 14, about to be 0 for 15 unless they rally in this one. This pitch gets away from Bannon, and the rally just became that much harder because on a wild pitch, Summerhill scores. It makes it 4-0 Pittsbitters. This is probably not a game that Jake Newman would normally still be in, but when you've got no pitching and you've got an off day 2 days away, it makes sense. You're just trying to get him across the line and get your team out there with a chance in the 9th. But 3 have crossed in the inning for Traverse City and have put this game out of reach. Again, guys like Fitton, Pipes, they're all not available. They've been used too much in the back end of this bullpen. Could have maybe tried to stretch out Horvath a little bit, but it's his first outing all summer. You don't want to risk injury as Duarte skies the first pitch towards third base, drifting into foul territory. DeMarco, he's under it, makes a catch. The side is finally retired. But 3 do score across at Traverse City on 2 walks and an error. It's 3 runs on no hits. There was an error and 1 man left on base. Headed to the 9th, 4-0 Pittsbitters. Rockford needs to rally after this on the Rivets Baseball Network. Adam Christopher's still out there for the top of the ninth inning. Last stand for the Rivets. We trail 4-0 heading into the final frame. Harding, Baker, Robertson, your scheduled 3 to bat. Against Christopher, slow breaking ball specialist has thrown 2 shutout frames out of the Traverse City bullpen after Mason Patel twirled 6 shutout innings to start things off. Rockford team that has really struggled to hit away from home, and those home road splits from last season have come to fruition again here in 2022 as Harding takes upstairs for ball 1. He's reached twice tonight via an error in the second and via fielder's choice in the 6th. There'll be a quick mound conference here. Traverse City scored 3 in the last half inning. More an architect of Rockford's downfall. Just the lack of depth in the bullpen from a lot of arms that were overworked in recent games. You got Zach Kemp stirring with a baseball there. Should he be good to go in this situation? Only struggles to throw off that mound in Rockford, but not as much of an issue here at Turtle Creek where it's all turf. But Rockford's going to need to rally first. They need 4 runs to keep this game going here in the 9th. Mound conference has concluded between Duarte and Christopher. 1-0 the count to Harding. Left-handed bat against the right-handed arm. Next pitch. It's a fastball right at the top of the zone for strike 1. Just 4 hits for Rockford in this ball game. A couple of near misses. The Medbin ball to the warning track last inning comes to mind, but 8 runners left on base. 1-1 pitch, slow curveballs upstairs, 2-1. Multiple situations with multiple runners left on base in scoring position. Just got to try to find that offensive consistency. They had it yesterday. Got to give the offense a lot of credit. They battled back nicely in that game and found a lot of ways to produce runs in the later innings and hit really well with runners in scoring position. Colton Klein got Northwoods League Player of the Night with his 3 RBI performance, but just hasn't consistently carried on game to game. And this is a really tough park to generate offense in, but feels like a game you could have had potentially, given how good Seabach and company pitched out of the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Harding strikes out. Second time tonight he has retired via the punch-out. Christopher's 3rd strikeout. 1 down in the 9th. Traverse City 2 outs away from a home win in front of a packed house here on the 4th of July Eve as Baker 0 for 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts, steps in. Christopher out of the windup on the first base side. Long pause in the middle of his delivery. The pitch is a breaking ball smacked deep to left center field. Back towards the wall. It is off the base of the wall. Right off the bright white Miller light sign out in left center field. Beal gets it in on a hop, but Baker demolishes a double into the left center gap. First extra base hit of the night for Rockford. Maybe a lifeline here in the 9th. Runner on second with 1 out. And if not that, at least a feel-good for Drew Baker to keep his hot hitting going. He's continued to grow more and more comfortable here in the woods. He's now hits in 6 of 7 starts for him. Dylan Robertson comes to the dish. He does have a hit tonight, 1 for 3. Playing Robertson the pull. You got the shortstop Traficante who's standing behind the second base bag, and the second baseman Holtink super deep in the hole. Out in shallow right field, the second baseman. Left side of the infield is open for Robertson if he can use it. First pitch from Christopher is swung on, hit a mile high into left center field. And it overplayed it, did the left fielder. Derigi overplayed the baseball. It goes over his head. Nobody was expecting that. Baker could only get the 3rd. Robertson's all the way up to 2nd on a ball that's going to have to be scored as a double. Derigi was just coasting in towards the left center gap. Thought it was going to be a can of corn for him. And then the ball landed about 3 feet behind him. He gets it in quickly to his credit, but there's 2 in scoring position for Dustin Allen. If you get 1 more on, tying run does come to the plate against the top of the order. And now all of a sudden, Traverse City's closer is up and throwing, Anthony Ramirez. Allen's 0 for 3 tonight, 3 flyouts. First pitch swinging, popped up. Foul territory, third baseman Tackett gives it a look, but it's into the seats. DeRigi is not an outfielder by trade. He broke out of high school as the second best catching prospect in the state of Colorado, but could not find time there for the Wofford Terriers, and they quickly transitioned him into a corner outfielder. But as we said in his earlier at-bats, he only started 10 games in the outfield this season for the Terriers. He was primarily used as a DH because he's still figuring out how to track the baseball consistently from the corner outfield spot, and right there was a moment where it hurt him. Next pitch to Allen, down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Got a hold of an inside breaking ball, but it just drifts foul down the right field line. The count's 0-2. Feels like the door might be slowly opening for the Rivets, but they haven't had that big hit all game long. 0-2 the count. 2 on. Rockford trying to get on the board here in the ninth with 1 out. 0-2 upcoming to Dustin Allen. The pitch from Christopher. Breaking ball is swung on, popped up. Shallow right field. Truitt's got a beat on it. The ball is carrying out. He fields it off his back foot. So tagging and scoring on the play is Baker. Rockford is on the board via the RBI sac fly from Dustin Allen. That's another ball that probably could have prevented a run from scoring if Truitt got back on it, but it's carrying out to the alleyway all of a sudden here in the late, almost 10 o'clock hour in the Eastern time zone. Allen gets an RBI. It's 4-1 ball game. Robertson stays on second. Rockford's down to its final out in the form of Ty Krittenberger. They're going to give Christopher a shot to try to finish the game. Krittenberger did strike out first time up against Christopher in the 7th. He's 1 for 4 with a single tonight. But a base hit makes this a 2-run ball game and brings the tying run to the plate. Traverse City playing with fire. See if the Rivets can find a way back into this one. Robertson leads off second, not being held on. First pitch to Krittenberger. There's a change-up for strike 1 right over the inner third. A little bit of uneasiness in the ballpark. Looked like a surefire victory for Traverse City in the last half inning, but Rockford once again has been given a chance. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, popped up. Giving it a look is the first baseman Tab, but it's about 5 rows deep into the stands. Was a curveball out of the hand. Krittenberger, late swing. Rockford's down to its final strike. 0-2 the count. Traverse City fans begin to clap their hands. Holiday crowd at Turtle Creek begins to rise to their feet. 4-1 Pitts bidders here in the 9th. 0-2, 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch from Christopher. Change up low, 1-2. Crowd back to its feet. 1-2 the count. To Ty Krittenberger. Christopher dangles the arm down low, now comes set at the letters. Lowers him to the belt, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, hammer down the left field line, drifting towards the corner. It's a fair ball. Kicks all the way into the corner. Robertson will score. Krittenberger jogs into second. An RBI double for Ty Krittenberger makes this a 2-run ball game. 4-2 in the 9th. Second time through, the breaking ball might not have the same type of juice against this Rivets lineup. The movement hasn't been made yet to the bullpen. It's actually the pitching coach, Tucker Waddups, that's coming out to talk to Christopher, who looks like he's set to stay in to face Brandon Bannon, representing the tying run in this game. All of a sudden, tension's running high here at Turtle Creek. Rockford's gotten 2 back in the 9th. Back-to-back doubles from Baker and Robertson, albeit Robertson's very unconventional. This game could be over if that ball gets caught by DeRigi out in left field. Then Krittenberger hammers a double down the line. And just like that, it's a 4-2 game. And what does this look like if Rockford has a little more in the back end of its bullpen and Traverse City doesn't score 3 runs in the last half inning? Ifs and maybes, maybe. But either way, Rockford's got a chance here to try to tie the game. Mound conference has concluded. Christopher will stay on the mound. Bannon is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and walked. Also flown out to right, grounded back to the mound. Sun nearly fully set here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Still some shades of purple filling the blue nighttime sky with the lights on. First pitch to Brandon Bannon representing the tying run in the ninth. There's a fastball over the inner third for strike 1. 4-2 Traverse City leads. Crittenberger on second base. Bannon in the box represents the tying run. Mebane waits on deck. Will he get a chance in this one? Deep breath from Christopher on the hill. The 0-1 pitch. Change ups off the plate. 1-1. Bled just far enough away to elude the far quadrant of the zone. Again, the Rivets have never won a game here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Was deadlocked at 0 through the late innings. Traverse City got on the board late on. Next pitch, fouled straight back from Bannon, just in front of us here in the press box. Rockford once again down to its final strike. One, two. Fans back on their feet. Rivets down to their final strike for a second time. They trail by 2 in the ninth. Christopher ready to deal the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a chopper over towards third. It's caught on the fly from Tackett, and that will do it. It was a jam shot on Bannon. Caught by the third baseman up the line, and the ball game is over. Rockford battles in the ninth. They are unable to tie it up. Too much late damage from Traverse City. The Pittsbitters take it 4-2 here on 4th of July Eve. Tough one for Rockford to swallow. They made 3 errors in this game. At times, the architect of their own downfall. Offense struggled as well, as the Rivets leave 1 on base in the ninth. And they leave 9 on base altogether in this one. 4 runs on 4 hits. Just 1 error for Traverse City as the Pittsbitters take full advantage. Loss, unfortunately, goes to Kyle Seabach, who pitched really well. Only run he allowed through 5 innings was unearned. He drops to 3-2. The win goes to Mason Patel, who was masterful through 6 innings for Traverse City. He's 2-0 on the season. No save situation. This game comes to a close at 9:58 Eastern Time. Took just under 3 hours to complete. 2 hours, 52 minutes to be exact. That'll do it here at Turtle Creek Stadium. Fireworks show to ensue. Hope you'll join us on the 4th tomorrow at 1 o'clock as these two teams do battle again. But for now, Andre Magaro signing off on the Rivets Baseball Network. Once again, your final score, Traverse City 4, Rockford 2. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and hope you have a great